Hello, everyone. Good afternoon and good evening, and welcome to the DrMC as we enter semifinal and final Sunday for our July Speed Gold bracket. And then there were four. We've got the 1 seed Watchma, the 4 seed Packy, the number 3 seed Adelito, and the 7 seed Influx. Here to call this first match with me is Swang. Now, Swang, we just got some interesting statistics about how dominant these players have been.
Boy, I mean, they absolutely dominated in that round two. All four players going with a clean sweep against their respective opponents. And if you really wanted to take a look at how dominant these players truly are, Ook the Librarian, our resident statistician and librarian, told us that of the amount of tournaments that have been, these four players represent 11 final winners between these four players here, meaning that they represent about a third of all the tournaments that have taken place so far in the DRMC history, and they represent the top upper echelon between everybody else. So this just shows what sort of level of talent that these four individually have.
Yeah, truly outstanding. And our first matchup, Watchma versus Packy. This is only the second time these two are meeting each other. Watchma won in November of 22. It was a round two match. But we'll see if Packy can make it to those finals. I know he wants to.
Oh, absolutely. He's been a man on a mission, very hungry for that finals appearance here. A little bit of a drought, but with the way he's been playing this whole entire weekend, he's this is definitely going to be his weekend to shine for sure.
Yeah, he missed out on the finals last month, and it was a decider. It went all the way to 5 games. So Packy knows he can go the distance, and let's see if he can close it out. Meanwhile, Watchma had an amazing qual to get to this number 1 seed, very well deserved. And so we'll see if he can top it up with another finals win. He won in January, I believe.
He did. He did kick off the season with a finals win. I believe it was against Adelito, our third seed during that time there. But yeah, I mean, both these players, every player here really deserves to be here. And this is a tale of the Clash of Titans right here. Their average times are very similar. Their all-time bests are extremely similar as well. So yeah, I think this is going to go quite the distance here, Savage. What's your prediction for this fight?
Well, we were talking last night in the chat, and of course, our community loves an underdog, and it's weird to say that Packy would be the underdog in this situation only because he has not made it to a finals in quite some time. It's a very weird thing to say, but with Watchma's amazing qual, you really want to root for him too. Also, I just want to tell you that the person that he beat in January was me.
Oh, I'm sorry. My apologies here.
That's all right. I mean, one would expect Adelita. So we do have two readies. Good luck, both players. We're gonna have our countdown. Swang, take it away.
Three, two, one, and pill. Game one
Yes.
between 4 seed Packy and our number 1 seed Watchma. Watchma out the gates first, dropping everything down. You're going to see a lot of condensed virus placement with these upper levels. Almost like it's kind of a weird thing because as these levels get deeper into the higher levels, it's going to be almost a quicker sense of clear is what we see here. But Watchma with a predominantly red and blue top line here, Savage.
Yeah, and of course, contestants clear rates go down a lot as they enter these higher levels, as you said, and Watchma down to 27 viruses. I think that his move in the center with that blue yellow, either a misdrop, but probably actually just using the blue as something strategic to finish out. Although he's going to take a lot of drop time to clear that out now. I think he made some different decisions. Packy's board, much cleaner, no garbage on it whatsoever.
Yeah, Watchma had almost an inverse bell curve with his distribution of viruses here, and Packy had quite the opposite. His was scattered right in the center here. So both players had unique spire setup, and now Packy with a all blue top line at this point here, and
Mm.
Watchma with mostly red. So now we're looking at two very similar tales between these two players here. But with the apparent lead, looks like it's still neck and neck.
Right. And you see Packy setting up. Once he drops this yellow, boom, he's going to have a nice cross with all those blues
Ooh.
into a vertical with those reds. Very nicely done. And I think definitely based on time, he has an edge over Watchma. Now, all of Watchma's viruses concentrated in that left hand side and up until now locked up. He has opened those things up and they're looking very good. He's got everything going. Once he drops this red in row 4, everything's going to fall really nicely to hit that blue. But of course, he's not getting the red, and Paggy gets the blue he needs out at a 148.
148. Watchma is going to, okay, he does clear it up. I was a little concerned because he had his red and yellow viruses both in a vertical placement here. He is electing to clear out both of them vertically and just needs that one yellow out. Joining into the fray at a 207, 208. But Packy already making some pretty quick moves with his level 11 here. But both players have some good diverse top line. Packy with a little bit of a yellow problem going on, but I don't think it's going to be too big of a problem, especially in these levels here, Savage.
Yeah, instantly that was something that I was worried about. Again, it's a story of Blue, and talking to Packy about his games, Blue seems to be a problem for him quite frequently. Not sure why. But yeah, these two are now neck and neck at 37 viruses apiece. Now Packy 34. Of course, the time advantage on his side. But yeah, that beginning lack of yellow did slow him down.
And Watchman also has this seems to have a problem with the yellows on his board too. He just has
Mm-hmm.
also a blue and red top line, which these boards in that sense are nearly identical in that sense there, but they aren't. I double check if Steve is the same seed, but not this time. But Watchman creating a little bit of a chasm in his third and sixth column here. Perhaps he's going to take some drop time with it. Hopefully not, but sometimes this is unavoidable as we see right there.
Yeah, Watchmen had to throw away quite a few pills, and then created that chasm. It looked like he had some other plans going, but things are starting to open up. Packy needs a lot of red. Once he does manage to get to the bottom of that board, he has some good options. So, for example, he can set up these blues horizontally on the bottom. He looks like he's going to be setting up the reds in row 2 horizontally. That seems to be the good play. And he has those opportunities for 1 as well. So,
Watchman,
looking good.
yeah. Watchman, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but Watchman had a big old red uh, congestion in his board here. He lit up with a sweet tea, and I thought he was going to take it with a little bit of a fat log, but I'm not really sure what would have been the best play for him to clear it out. But he seems to drop everything down with that. Just needs a couple of now blues and reds to open up the board here. But as we say that, Packy really just at the bottom portion of his board here, going to drop it down. It's going to be out at a 406 Savage. Great time.
Ooh, very nice there for Packy. And yeah, the pill's just not really cooperating there for Watchma. Yeah, he's really got to get this blue open. And column 2 is a little bit troublesome. He wants that yellow open so he can take the red out horizontally. There's just a bunch of red garbage on column 6 as well. So it's going to be hard to open that up. He just gets it open, but it's going to take a little bit to get this yellow. It's going to end up being vertical.
All vertical for Watchman. He gets that W to clear. Just one more red to join in. But Packy screaming through his level 12 here, takes that horizontal. If he somehow manages to get the double yellow, is he going to play? No, he's not going to be able to now, but that's okay. He still has a couple different options and still kept it wide open for some flexibility. Packy dropping it down, just playing his always press down mode. And as we see that here, Packy setting up for a cross in that middle here. He's going to get that by manufacturing the cross to drop everything down very smoothly and elegantly.
Yeah, he's already about 20 viruses up on Watchma, who has a really nice board, though. I just like the look of it. He can use this double yellow
Wow.
horizontally. It does, takes any garbage off of the board. Has a big opportunity to take a pretty sizable horizontal down the center if he gets the yellow right. So we'll see what he does with that. Yellow blue would be perfect for him at the moment, or now red blue. Double blue
Move that
also
log. Let's
works.
go.
Let's go.
I was trying to see what he's doing with that, but Watchma deciding, you know what, now was the time to fire that combo off, and I think that was a smart way. You know, Watchma using those pills, we're gonna get a sweet tea with that blue right there, nicely done. But you know, Watchma not
Mm.
waiting for the perfect ideal pill. Rather, he is trying to see what is the best here and Packy the fat log out of his own, logging out at a 555. Excellent pace by Packy.
Very nice. His all-time best is 709, which is the number 3 hot time in this level block. So we'll see how close he's going to get to that. I do not think he is going to get that hot time. He's not going to surpass that. He'd already have to be out earlier, but this is a very nice run from Packy. Meanwhile, Watchman's still figuring out the bottom of this board, and until he gets red, it's not going to move.
And as you say that says that I thought he was going to drill down, but I guess that's okay too. Keeps that with that piece. They're going to place the yellows up on top. He is going to block out the yellow axis on top. He's going to clear that out in a horizontal fashion here, which is still able to attack that. But now he needs reds to continue out the board here is Watchma. But as we say that, Packy with a blue crossover there, yellow and red on his top line, still diversifying it and hoping for that red blue for you so you can get that lightning bolt in between everything there.
Yeah, that's a really nice play that you see there in Packy's column 6. But yeah, he keeps having to tuck anything that's blue. He gets a blue yellow lightning bolt as Watchma out at about a 7-10 there. Yeah, so as long as Packy keeps getting this red, things are going to move along quite nicely, but it's going to switch to be a yellow story here. So it's really all about how he manages this end game because I think it is, it's going to be too much for Watchma to overcome a 30, yeah, 40 virus differential going into the end of this level.
Yeah, that's a huge lead that Packy has right now. And unless there's some really unfortuitous, superbly unfavorable garbage, I don't really see that happening here. He's going to clear everything up vertically down the board, perhaps attack that yellow in a horizontal fashion, which he does. Yellows and hoping for that red. You're right. Yeah, yellow. Nope. He's just going to clear the reds first and the yellow to get out of this level at a 753. That is excellent by Packy.
Very nice. Any time that's under 8 minutes is quite good for this level block. And of course, we have not seen a time that's under 7 minutes. Although you never know what's going to happen. Adelito almost broke 6 minutes yesterday in the previous round, so that was quite outstanding. We might see a sub 6 in the future. So sub 7, who knows? It could happen.
Players are hungry for that coveted sub 7, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see it either this weekend or sometime before the end of the year is due for that. But as we say that, I mean, GG's to both players. Watchmen topping out, and that was still pretty close until Packy screamed ahead in that level 12, I think, Savage. But they're gonna shake it out, recover, Packy with that sip of water to stay hydrated, and we're gonna go on to game 2 in a few.
Yeah, exactly. And this is a best of 5. It is a little bit more of a marathon than a sprint as we get through the semifinals and the finals. This is a lot of decision making that these players have to do. And we have our countdown 3, 2, 1 pills for game
Pills.
2.
Pills, and we are off watching out the game first. But yeah, I mean, this is going to be quick split decision making for both players here to really make sure that they're having the most optimal set of plays here. Watch him with that yellow blue. He had a couple of different options, and
Hmm.
what we'll see with these earlier levels, there's a lot of flexibility that plays. It's not players won't have to get as creative as they will with the earlier level blocks. They can play it as they see. And nice drop by Watchman there to really clear up and stay very efficient.
Hmm. Packy's got a good start to this level too. I was a little worried about the diversity of it, but he's managing to bring this down. Nice combo in columns 5 and 6 there. Yeah, I mean, the trouble that I'm seeing is probably these reds up there in column 7 and 8. They're going to be a little troublesome to take down without too much drop time or garbage. Ideally, horizontal would be great, but it's hard to build a platform up to that level.
Yeah, both players are doing some really interesting, intricate maneuvers to try and keep their board as diverse as possible here. Packy still keeping that yellows and blues at the very bottom. He has that predominantly red top line, and Doc's is not giving him these red pills to really advance that top line. So every non-red pill has been forced to go to the bottom here, but he's still making some pretty good, efficient plays despite that little bit of a hiccup that he has on his board here. But as we say that, Watchma electing to clear up these yellows horizontally to drop everything down on the reds here, and he has a 4 virus lead
Ooh.
over Packy.
Yeah, that double yellow would have been really great to place down below, but it doesn't matter. He gets out at a 137 with a nice lightning bolt with all of that red. And now starting into this level 11 has a lot of really great double opportunities. It's not a very diverse board, but it's going to open up very quickly.
Yeah, Watchman has he had a very all blue top line at that moment there, and if he was presented with anything non-blue, Watchman could have possibly stacked things on top to eventually drop down and turn that garbage into gold. But he just needs blue to really advance the board here. But he's getting the blue pills here. Packy
Hmm.
out at a 205, I believe, making into it. Not a time you'd like to see, but definitely not a deficit he can't overcome.
Right, exactly. It's about 43 to 25. And of course, there is that small time differential. Watchman needing that blue. But Packy also needs blue to advance this board and dropping that garbage onto column three, that yellow. It's not that big of a deal, especially getting that double yellow there. I mean, since he has no yellow on the top line, he can use it to create combos with other colors. That's exactly what he's going to be doing. So, not a big deal there. And players like Packy know exactly what to do with their garbage up high. Meanwhile, Watchma dealing with not great pills there. The red yellows just getting shuffled all in a row down there. He's going to want to clear those reds horizontally at the bottom.
It was a little concerning with Watchma's top portion of the board. Like I said, his top portion was predominantly blue, and he was getting a glut of yellow red pills to really try and had nothing to do with it, so he kind of stacked it in his third, fourth, and fifth columns there, but has maintained his board health. I was a little worried because he had a gap in his middle portion of the board, but now Watchma clearing everything down, dropping it out. He's going to be out at his sub 4 minutes, which is really an excellent time getting out his block. But Packy's really closed the gap here. He's only 10 viruses away.
And he had a good horizontal there at the bottom of the board. You can see him signaling that he would love that fat log with the blue yellows at the bottom of the board. Watchma out at about a 340. There, Packy gets that fat log, and just gonna be the blue in column one is gonna slow him down because there's not really an option other than to take that vertically.
Yeah, Packy does clear up that red. I think it's a smart play to do. So if he gets a non pill, he can make it a little bit easier to clear, which he does. He's going to clear the reds and the yellows, stacking on top. And now he just needs those two reds to get out here. But as we say here, watch him making some pretty cool maneuvers to drop everything down and stay a couple layers on top there. But Packy just needs that one red to get out.
Oof! And finally, he
Oh,
gets it out at a 413. That is those end pills were not fantastic there. Now, he's got a good flat top line for this opening board. He's got the opportunity to take these blues out horizontally, gets them in a sweet tea. Gotta love when that double blue shows up for you. No use for yellow right now. Gonna use that as strategic garbage before he opens it up in column seven. Watchma has a really interesting board here. You know, if he drops that red in column two, he's not going to be able to make a giant chunky tea like he would like, but it's still going to be a really nice combo.
Watchman being really, really patient with that. I'm
Mhm.
just wondering. I mean, it's not going to conflict too much here. It looks like he may perhaps create a little bit of a no. He's going to drop that down. He's really holding on to double blues, and as we know in
Yeah.
this game, double blue is really hard to come by. He is going
Yeah,
to
he
clear it
gives up
down.
on it.
He's probably going to manufacture. No, he does that, and a double blue comes, of course. Thanks, game.
Oh, yeah. But he's able to shove it under there. Very nicely done. And again, another double blue. It's fine. He's probably cursing that a little bit. Meanwhile, Packy with 22 viruses left. A lot of gaps in this board and a lot of yellow on that top line. A really nice dig underneath to clear out those reds horizontally. Great players can see many layers down into the board and make good tucks far down. But Watchman's only got four left.
Yeah, Watchma, Watchma dropping everything down is going to be stuck with some vertical plays here. So a couple yellows and reds here. Packy maneuvering and trying to play a little bit more aggressively than he'd like. He knows he's a little bit behind in this game too here. But as we say that, Packy dropping it down, tucking it through, just needs a couple yellows and blues, especially to expose that red at the very bottom here. But now he has everything free and clear.
Mm. Wow, giant combo there from Watchman at the beginning of that board. Nice patience there. And yeah, really nice diverse top line. I think I'm liking this just as much as anything I've seen so far in these games as Packy into his level 13. He's about mathy viruses behind. I don't know, 17, something like that. But of course, that small time differential. I'm in summer mode. I can't do math. But yeah, Watchman just tearing this down needs a bunch of reds, red, yellow in particular, to keep this moving. But still, he's able to see great moves for tucking other pills underneath.
Yeah, this board was chock full of doubles for Watchmen. He's really capitalizing on it to really extend that lead for there. He has a 20 virus lead over on Packy as he drops it down, but now he's presented the problem with all the pills that are presented, where he just has again that red and blue. That seems to be a story for both of these games and for both these players here. But now Watchman has added a little bit of health back to his board, creating a diversity. But that first two columns of his board is just screaming vertical. So I wonder how quick he's going to be able to take care of that, Savage.
Yeah, definitely. And Packy's got 27 viruses left. He's cleaning out those columns 7 and 8. The only tricky thing here is that he's just got so much blue in that bottom right hand corner. And it's just going to take a bunch of time to drop down. Also, there's going to be some garbage falling in columns 1 and 2. He's got to prioritize those blues very carefully. Looks like 2. Oh, look at this drop.
Whoa! What
Really
was that
nicely
drop from
done.
Watchma?
Uh,
What is that? It wasn't even a T. It was like the letter F or something. It's crazy. What
mhm.
was that? 803 for Watchman. That was amazing. What would you call that? Let's see
I
if
don't
chat is
know. I
equivalent
was
to that. It
looking
was
at a
amazing.
I was looking at a pretty crazy drop there
Wow.
on Packy's side myself. But yeah, this is not a great setup here for Packy's end game. It's pretty tight. If he takes out the yellows there at the bottom of the board, he's gonna get that horizontal with the red. But yeah, he has to just build up and burn a lot of pills. He's out at an 825. So this is all tied up.
804 to 825. Still a very close game, despite what we saw with both players in there. But that was excellent showing for excellent game one from Packy, excellent game two from Watchma. This is what we signed up for, and I love it.
Woo! Very excited.
Wow.
All right, we got readies from both players again.
And we have our countdown here. Savage, 3, 2, 1, and
Pills!
pills. Let's go. I love it. All right, here we go. Here, dropping it down here. Watching him with a couple layers that are pretty flat.
Oh,
He's got his first row and maybe his fourth row at the very top there, very flat there. But it looks like he's gonna keep it there. Now he's presented with an interesting problem here. All reds.
yeah, and these reds can be taken out vertically or horizontally. I do like the idea of squeezing reds in to make these verticals. So we'll see, but he does get a pretty obvious horizontal opportunity. Still going for, yeah, there's just so many doubles. They're all red. Meanwhile, Packy with 29 viruses, definitely a lead based on his time. And yeah, no use for red though.
Yeah, no use for red, and Packy's a little spired with his second and third column there, but it looks like he's dropping down, creating some brackets to make sure that he's minimizing that drop time and place everything down here. He's going to clear up that blue in the very top with a vertical clear to add some of that color diversity. But he has a 3 virus lead over on Watchman right now and still maintaining a pretty healthy board and minimal garbage on his side as well.
Mm-hmm. Watchma working on clearing out the outsides of the board. Often that is an efficient move because you have fewer options on the side. So when you can see to clear those out, it's always a good idea. But now Watchma's in a similar situation to where he was at the beginning of the board, which is that he needs a lot of reds. No use for blue at all, but he's using that blue on the side to try to clear out that yellow. Again, trying to prioritize those outsides and use garbage there to clear out.
Packy with the horizontal drop into a vertical. Very nice to see. He had that set up, ready to go. He's going to tuck that yellow underneath and minimize that drop time. And Packy responds to 137,
Woo!
similar to Watchma's game too. This is amazing. And watch with the fat log drop.
Yes.
Wow.
I've been waiting
Yes.
for that fat log for quite some time. I saw it coming. I was like, I really hope that comes out for Watchma there. So now Watchma just needs a bunch of reds. He'll be out. He's going to go horizontal on row 1 and then vertical at that one up top. Double red would be great for that. But he's going to just get out with a couple more reds. Meanwhile, Packy uh, was setting up. He could have had some verticals and horizontals there. He has a vertical with those blues. Very nicely done. Good combos to rip a lot of pills or viruses off the board for Packy right now.
He is going to drop that blue pills on top of that horizontal red. I think it's a smart thing to do. He had it set up to drop that eventually down a couple layers down the board here. Packy with playing a strong horizontal game going into this level 11 here, and I think it's really paying off, Savage. It's a little bit not as intuitive as one would like, but Packy making really short and quick, efficient moves with that, minimizing that garbage. And he has, wow, look at that. Look at that lead on that Packy has. He has well over 20 viruses going into this level 11. That's amazing.
Yeah, and Watchma has been struggling a little bit with this opening, and it's just things have not been necessarily falling his way, and there's not a lot of use for red, taking those yellows out horizontally. But Watchma is showing that medium speed maneuvering can allow you a little bit more time to make decisions as you go through, and that's really helping him make the most of these pills.
Hacky screaming through this level here. He just needs that. That's perfect. Double red to allow for him to prioritize his pills properly. Just needs two blues to get out here. And Packy really making that statement out of this level 11 here. If, of course, the doc provides. But he
Mm.
is going to, come on, doc. Oh, he's going to be out at a 334. But still, excellent time.
Yeah, definitely. Meanwhile, Watchma taking that blue out horizontally meant that those yellows did fall, and so he did have some conflicting plans with that yellow horizontal. So he's going to be probably going vertical on column 8, which is a little bit tough. And again, limited use for red. So he's got 11 viruses left in this level 11. So yeah, he's at a considerable deficit to Packy. So these two just trading games back and forth, you're really slugging it out.
Watchville hoping for that yellow blue does in fact take it, playing that patience, and it's really paid off there. It looks to me like even though there's a glut of viruses on top of those two topmost blues, he is going to clear those out in a horizontal way to still be able to attack in a very efficient manner. He does get an Elia into it, but looking to drop some other stuff there. But I'm a little worried about that very bottommost blue. It's very buried.
Yeah, it is gonna be tough to get out of there. Yeah, I think he's almost got it open for a horizontal possibility. He's just got to take out that yellow. Oh, actually took out the yellow horizontally, and now he opened up that blue. It was not the last thing to go as I thought it would be, but now he's out at a 456. Packy has 31 viruses, so it's almost a 20 virus and then a little bit of time change for Packy. So and he takes a nice horizontal there off the board.
Tacky dropping things over and placing it there. He's got everything set up. I think he is going to drop in and create that here. A little bit of a versus style play, but seeing that he's maintained a very clean board to go into zero. He's completely devoid of garbage with this level 12 here, which is very excellent to see. But as we say, that Packy is going to clear that middle. He is probably going to clear those four yellow viruses in a row in a horizontal fashion. No, he does not do that, but he does now, in fact, take care of that, dropping it down. And he has phew, well over like 25, 26 viruses over on Watchman here.
Doesn't exactly tell the whole story. Watchman has a ton of pill halves on that board, which means a lot of possible setups. So you see that yellow, once that falls in the center, he's going to get a nice horizontal with those reds, looking very good. And setting on top of these blues, I think he really wants a red blue to complete this chain. Cleaning out those yellows in column 7 would also do the trick. It would fall and create that blue. He looks like he's doing a nice Frank Cascade there in column 1. He's prepped for that as Packy out of level 12.
Yeah, Packy made really quick work of that here. He is going to bring things down to the bottom here, but watch him again playing that very patient game, not looking for the ideal piece as why we could see the yellows on top in that fourth column, but does drop and clear up that garbage that he created a little bit earlier with his setups here. But as we say that, he just needs, I'm not really sure what Watchman needs to get out of this here. I think maybe a couple reds to drop it all down, but everything's kind of congealed to the right there, so it's not going to be as quick and easy to really make efficient plays with his setups.
You got a lot of fantastic vocab words. I just want to point that out. Congealed. Very interesting choice of word there, but it makes a lot of sense. Packy, just ripping through this board. I mean, this board is set up very well for straightforward plays. The tucks are easy. The doubles are there. He gets a really nice cross there and able to clear out a big chunk of that column 7. So things going really well. Yellow's going to slow him down in a little bit, but it's not going to be too big of a deal provided that he gets, the pills in a diverse fashion, which we would always hope for. Watchman down to 1, but it is completely buried. We've seen this end game a couple of times from him. It's not particularly clean.
I want to say it's a little uncharacteristic of watching this play. Perhaps he's feeling the pressure going into it, knowing that he's a little bit behind. But normally we see a very clean, methodical work from Watchman. But when these players are put under the test and put under high pressure situations and quick decision making, anything and everything can happen here. And that might be the case that here. But as we say that, Packy again just at the very bottom of his board here, and take a pretty decisive win over Watchmen at this point.
Yeah, one more blue is what's going to take to clear those blues in row 2, and then the blues are going to drop down onto row 1 and create a double horizontal. So here it comes. Boom, boom. He's out at a 804 with basically a 40 something virus advantage on Watchma based on the time. Wow, that is a decisive
Wow,
win.
that is that's quick. That's lightning quick, and that's why, that's why he's in the semis this weekend here. Is plays like that. So excellent work from Packy here.
Outstanding. So, question is, are we going to continue this pattern? Is Watchma going to come back and win the next game? That would make it certainly the most exciting. We always love our deciders here. We'd love to see it.
It's anything could happen. I mean, these brackets are absolutely wild. If I was a gambling man, I know I'd be losing every weekend because you cannot predict the
Oh
outcome
yeah.
of these weekends here. And I love every bit of it here. But Packy could take this game for, Watchman could take it to decide. I mean, it can go any which way, and these players showing that why they're both evenly matched and why they're here today.
Yeah, I mean, these brackets truly are terrifying. I mean, basically every month I look at the bracket and I go, "Oh." And then Mr. Octagon says like, "Oh, you say that every single month." I'm like, well, I guess it's true. Yeah, we got readies from both players.
We got
And we're
Ready's
gonna
DrMC bot count us down in 3, 2, 1, pill.
pills. Let's go.
Let's go. Wah, 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 wah. Game 4 between these. I got to get my air horn fixed up. Mine doesn't sound as cool as yours.
Yeah,
But
not
what
as
is
good.
cool is seeing these players with some really cool, nifty moves over here. Watchmen, both of them really dropping it down. Packy looking like he is no, he has those blues set up. Is he going to
Needs
turn that
so much
garbage into gold?
yellow. Needs so much yellow. Does Packy there right in the center. And when you see that much, you can actually get
Let's go,
what
sweet tea drop. That's
wow.
exactly what he's looking for.
Drop
That's
into a
exactly it.
double there. No analysis paralysis for Packy. You love to say that. But wow, Watchmo with a little bit of a lead here is going to clear out all of these yellows on the left-hand side. Would love to see him get. Oh, he's got a great opportunity for both a horizontal or an L. Yeah, there takes the long horizontal in the center of the board with all those blues. Very nicely done. This is some smooth play from Watchmo.
Yeah, both these players are making some really quick jabs at each other, throwing jabs in a crazy tuck to move all that garbage play didn't really need at the very bottom there. See how that plays out for Watchma. But as we say that here, he is going to drop that down, and he does have a not a sizable lead on Packy. It is too soon to say, but it is 6-10 going into this game 4.
And both of them have extremely clean end games in front of them. Watchma looks like he's maybe going to try to take out these reds horizontally. It just depends on the timing of when this yellow falls. It's going to fall, so he can go vertically. That's going to be the quick play. He's out at a 129. Holy mackerel. And oh, I don't think Packy wanted to tuck that blue yellow that way. Oh no, he wants to set up for the drop cross. Yeah, makes a
He
lot of sense. He
definitely
wants
does
to,
here. He is going to
yeah.
drop it down here. He was open for that yellow blue, but that's okay. I think this point is just going to try and play this a good play, but not the ideal play there. 146 versus the 129. And Savage, these times that we're seeing is something you'd see out of a level 6 before for some of these players here. So
Yes,
this
very
is
much so.
really fast. Really, 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 really fast.
Yeah, that is the state of play these days, honestly. We can say that about just about every round. Wow, we'd expect that out of a level 6. So we got to recalibrate, I think. But yeah, there's about an 8 virus differential between these two players right now. Interesting. Watchman's got a great opportunity for sweet tea with those blues. He takes it. And working on the reds on the left-hand side, nice horizontal there into a vertical. Looks really good. Meanwhile, Packy needs a lot of red, and he needs it now.
Yeah, and yellow blue made Packy rethink a little bit. Normally Packy is to press down and play quick, play fast, but that yellow blue was like, I don't know what to do with it, and I wouldn't have known
Mm-hmm.
what to do with it either. So Packy playing it just as you would if you get a pill that's I think if you get a pill that's not really that ideal, just place it down, look for the best thing. Packy showcased why that is a very good strategy for that. But as
Mm-hmm.
we say that, it is 7 viruses between these two players.
Packy does get that nice drop vertical into a horizontal. There's a lot of blue garbage on the left-hand side. Watchma doesn't have a ton of garbage. Look at this nice drop that's there. Just a lot of great options for cleaning out both vertically and horizontally. Um, yeah, so these red yellow is going to be perfect for Washma's right-hand side. He gets all of them that he needs, and he's going to be out at a 328.
328, excellent time going into his level 12 here. Packy with a very predominantly red top line here. Looks to me like he's signaling that he's going to clear up those reds at the leftmost portion in a vertical way. I think that's pretty much the only way it was going to be cleared out in that sense there. But has it all ready for him to go. Drops the red down, the yellow, and I think he is going to clear that blue out the very bottom in a horizontal. I'm sorry, in a vertical way as well. But looking over at Watchman's side, he's got all reds and blues ready to go to fire off, and Packy joining him at a 358.
Hmm. Yeah, so the spire on Watchman's board didn't matter too much. He got cleared out as efficiently as possible there. Yellow's going to just continue to be a problem for Watchman. He's just going to have to throw away everything that has a yellow, just use it to advance other causes. He's got 32 viruses to Packy's 39 at the moment. I don't think he wanted to tuck that double yellow into column two. That's going to be a big old mess with not necessarily any obvious solution other than if he wanted to play the really long game and try to clear out that blue piece horizontally, maybe he could, but it's going to take a lot. He might just have to clean it out the old fashioned way. He's really thinking about it hard, you can tell.
Yeah, and it doesn't help that there's only two yellow pieces on top of that blue. So even if he does that, he's still going to have to tackle it either on the side or go underneath. And of course, the
Hmm.
doc just giving blues, which is just screaming in his face, saying, "Hey, look, you still need to get rid of that blue." Which now he does. He is going to place that. He is going to clear up vertically in that case there. But as we say that, as he clean up his garbage, Packy with a predominantly red board, despite the fact that he needed that blue to advance it as well. So kind of an interesting situation. I hope Packy can get out of it with very relative ease.
Well, speaking of relative ease, Watchma is just tearing down this end of 12. He had a really beautiful combo that I can't even really describe, but it just cleaned everything out so nicely. He's going to take these blues out in row one horizontally. He's got this vertical blue taken out so he can just tuck inside, take those reds out. He's out at a 543. Packy with about 10 viruses left to go. No use for blue at the moment. Just needs a ton of yellow and red. I don't know about throwing that double yellow to the side, rather. I think I might have used it to advance the left hand side since it's all locked up, but luckily, Pill's coming for him now.
Yeah, it was despite that earlier hiccup that Packy had with that blue that or that double yellow that was tucked around that had to be cleaned up with the blue, he's actually made a pretty sizable recovery from that here. Just needs the yellow to get into it here. Out of 613, he's going to shake it off, get into the foray, and he's going to really tear into level 13 if it's anything like we see from Packy.
Hmm. And Watchman having a little bit of trouble with the opening of this. Notice all the yellow and some of it garbage on his top line. And, that's always frustrating when you need a bunch of yellow viruses cleared and there's some yellow garbage on top. You think, okay, what could I have done differently maybe next time? But so he's got 33 viruses to Packy's 52, but dropping it down and not getting too much red that he needs to check away.
Yeah, Packy was getting a bunch of blues, a bunch of reds and yellows, I believe, to open up, which was mostly a blue top line there. So it was a little tricky for him to maneuver things around. If he does gets a red and yellow, he can get a sort of a slanted fat log over there. Let's see if he's going to hold off on her, if he's just going to clear it up with a semi-efficient play. Here comes the red yellow. Boom and boom.
Mm. And Watchman gets a timely double yellow blitz. Sometimes pills will just come over and over and over again. And that was very lucky. Now you see him maneuvering that blue yellow away. That's because he wants to take these reds out, I believe, or he wants to have the option to do it horizontally at the bottom of the board. Look at all this garbage and
Wow.
pills coming off of the board. Very nicely done for Watchma. He's working on, yeah, blue horizontal, red horizontal. It's all good. He's got 8 viruses left. He's cruising.
Tons of options for Watchmen. He's really added that flexibility back into this level 13 here. And as we say that here, he just needs everything's going to be cleared out in a horizontal way. Just needs a red and a yellow to open up that red. He is going to drop it down and drill, but now he just needs yellow and blue here, and Packy and Watchman going to be clearing up the last part of this level here.
And that 1-2, column 1-2 for Packy, not going to help. It's definitely a misdrop there, but Watchma is out at an 809, so we are going to a decider.
I've been in this situation before. I think we all have. The players don't like it, but boy, us fans, we sure love ourselves a decider. And what can you say for a semifinal Sunday? What a way to kick it off,
I
man.
know, love it. Love it. We had it just all sweeps in round two. And of course, the quality of play, excellent. Everything was exciting. But it's really great when we can see well-matched players go head to head and give us as many games as possible. Packy out at an 844.
844. These players are playing. These are really neck and neck games that we're seeing
Hmm.
here. We see, it hasn't really been an absolute barn burner of a level here where like a player's just going through a minute faster than the other. It's still within 15 to 20 seconds for the most part. And seeing that here, I mean, both these players very skilled. Both are getting equal amount of great RNG, aren't bad RNG at the same note. So it's been as even as we possibly can. And whew, man, I love it.
Well, we got both players ready, but I have a question for you, Swang. Would you rather lose to like a blazingly fast time by your opponent, or would you rather lose by, a sort of relatively small margin, like 15 seconds?
Man, that's tough. I think it's the margin of 15 seconds. I have to wonder if it's something. Was it my fault or play that caused it to be that close? Or like if they have a blazing time, obviously you really can't beat that. That's the meta of the hot time strats here. But I don't know. I think I'd lose to a. I think it's easier to recover from just getting burned by a PB.
Mm-hmm, for sure. So both players have started as Swang answered that all important question to me. Packy's got some nice combos here, a little bit of garbage, but otherwise a very clean board, just that one piece of yellow. And that's okay because yellow is kind of not the most common thing that showed up in the beginning of that game. He's got 29 viruses to Watchma's 32. Watchma did start the timer a little bit later.
I was a little. I see what Watchman's doing. He's going to clear up the red, get that sweet tea blue down into it here, and dogs just can't. I'm taking care of some dogs right now, and they're getting excited over this match here. They're saying, "Whoa, this gameplay!" So that's what they're saying for all those dog lovers out there. But as we say that, Packy with a 3 virus lead over on Watchma, clearing things out here and drop it down. Watchma again with a predominantly red top line.
Yeah, this kind of top line would be making me yell at the board and say, "Come on, man!" But now, as we say that, Packy has just a ton of yellow, not getting any of it. First getting a bunch of blue, then blue red. Yeah, come on.
Ugh,
Let's get that moving.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, if he uses yellow for anything other than advancing yellow, it's a bad move at this moment. Like he's just got to use it there because you don't know what's going to keep showing up. So he's doing a good job of throwing anything blue to the bottom to potentially work on a horizontal there. But yeah, he's just got to keep using yellow efficiently wherever he can.
That's a rough going here, and it's kind of how do we advance the board with that minimal play? It looks to me like he is going to perhaps get rid of those reds in a horizontal way. He's going to drop and clear up, exposing that blue. Going to clear up that blue vertically here, but both these players strong with RNG. We're looking at the time right now, and they're into the 2 minutes mark now, and both of them still with that level 10 with a 2+ into it. So a rough 10 for both players.
But Watchman's got a plan. As soon as he gets 2 reds, he's going to take them out horizontally, and the yellow is going to fall down on top. So he's going to get everything going out at a 217. So these players very close together. And so Packy's got 45 viruses left. A nice diverse top line, just about used for everything. But the center is going to be a red-yellow story. He's going to take the drop time and make sure that he's got 3 virus halves ready to go on that yellow to clear it out and expose the blue. Very nice move to get diversity going quickly.
And chat saying that level 10 with that dog, also speaking dog saying it was absolutely rough going. So thanks, chat, for that little
Oh, love it.
oh,
Keep those puns coming, baby.
that's what it is here. But as we say a little bit of rough going here. I'm liking Packy's board a little bit better. Does have a diversity. I'm thinking he's probably going to, if he gets yellow blues, he can. No, he is going to clear up that garbage, but he is going to place it underneath. Oh, I didn't see that under clear from that blue, so good going with that. I thought he was going to be able to drop down some stuff and cascade the yellows down top, but Packy proving us wrong once again.
Man, there is just so much red on Washma's top line. And it's really unclear like what the most efficient way is to work on it. Because he's just got to tuck underneath, avoid drop time in other areas. But yeah, it's just not really showing up in kind of a painful way. And that gives Packy the room to advance his plans. His column three, a little bit tough there. He's probably going to be working on cleaning out the bottom of that board horizontally, but it requires him to get columns 7 and 8 open. And of course, as I say that, commentator's blessing, it's all going
Wow.
to happen.
That's exactly what Packy is hoping
Hmm.
for here. That was an excellent level 11, excellent endgame by Packy. Getting into it a real there. I mean, he's keeping his cool, keeping his composure, and looking over. Now he's stuck with a bunch of yellows in his top line. We'll see where it goes with that here. But Watchman had an interesting situation. He had combos set up because I guess he wasn't getting the pills ready to advance his board, but I think says then has abandoned his plans here and going with a more straightforward approach is Watchman, I believe.
Hmm. Yeah, he's looking to take these blues out horizontally, setting up actually a yellow horizontally first. Um, oh,
Oh,
I
that's
don't think he wanted to do that in
no,
row
definitely
two.
not.
Yeah, that's gonna cost him quite a bit of time. You see him already scrambling to open that up. So we'll see how he does on that. Meanwhile, Packy working really well on this level 12. He's got 24 viruses left. Not red's not showing up for him, and it would be something good to help advance that board. But just as I say that, he's got something going. He can start working on that big cluster in the right hand side.
Yeah, blues and reds here. I think every single one of these games has just been the story of just one or two colors, nearly monochromatic for the both of them. It hasn't really had a lot of just reds, yellows, blues, and the color diversity here. So both players being presented with some equal opportunities with their challenges here with that. But as we say that here, Watchma now creating a little bit of a chasm in his seventh column here, but is going to probably clear up with the yellow and blue to make it an efficient drop into, but still has that chasm he's going to work with. He's going to have to be strategic with his drop time.
Yeah, finally he gets all the reds that he needed in that last level, but now he needs a lot of reds to clean out that garbage. And Packy's got a very clean end game here. He's got one virus left in level 12. He's out at a 551.
Excellent time for Pack. He's getting about 2 minutes per there. Despite not the greatest 10 from both these players, but I mean, still, he's making the best work of that here. Packy probably going to be clearing up. It looks like he's going to be clearing that blue to the side, perhaps going to get that blue red to drop it all down for a sweet T. Here comes that blue red, and he is going to take it. No, it's a cross.
Mm. Now, man, this board for Washma kind of tough. He's been struggling with garbage on column 2 for quite some time. It's been a struggle for him to advance his board. And notice on column 6, he's got some garbage that just is it's going to take a while. He's going to have to take this drop time, which he does. So it starts to clean up, but he's got slow going. So Packy's just got plenty of time to work through this level and take the advantage and make it bigger.
I'm not sure how Watchman is going to be able to tackle that. He has now opened up with the blue reds. I don't know if he's going to fat log the blue reds down or if he's going to. I'm not exactly sure he's going to tackle it. It looks like he is going to play a little more of a vertical game to keep it a little more straightforward here. Perhaps it was just a little bit too complicated for his taste right there, and but he is making that there, dropping it all down. And as we said, we look over at Packy's side, and Packy's at the bottom half of his board here, Savage.
Well, let me just say that Packy, everything was showing up for him perfectly. He sort of got like all yellows, which is what he needed, and then he got a little spurt of red and blue, which is what he needed. Now let's see if the doctor can provide yet another appropriate blitz and give him more yellow. So we'll see about that. But yeah, this is gonna clean things up very nicely. Meanwhile, Washma, as soon as he gets one blue, he's going to slide it in there. Yes. And then that's going to drop down. He's out at a 739, but I believe this is a foregone conclusion. I mean, yeah. This is
Unless
rough.
something catastrophic happens here, it looks to me like this is probably going to be Packy's game here. He has that eighth column. Didn't absolutely take that as vertical as he can. No, he does have that blue, which is a smart thing to do. Drop it down, keep it there. Now he's actually created a little bit more of a flexible play with that and approach. Is he going to desandwich that red Savage? Let's figure out and see what happens.
Mm. Yeah, no, not gonna happen, but he's got plenty of time to take that out. And so, yeah, not sure. I think he's just gonna go old-fashioned bracket there, gets the reds to do that and the yellow red. So he's out at an 825, and he is gonna be moving on to the finals. You see the excitement in his face.
Oh
He has been
man.
denied for so long. And so to see him move on to this finals, very exciting.
Packy has had the boss rush amongst boss rushes as far as this 2023 season. It's excellent to see him advance into the finals here. Well played by Packy, and I'm so happy for you, my man. Commiserations to Watcher for playing an excellent set of games there, but unfortunately, it wasn't enough to take down the Titan known as Packy 619. But excellent playing from both players.
This is not the last you're going to see from both of these players, nor is it the last format you're going to see them battle each other. Both of them excellent versus players, and both of them already in the immunity pool for our year-end tournament. So we'll be plugging that a lot. You'll understand what that means later. But yeah, you see Packy continuing to celebrate there. Of course, just take that moment and run with it. He Honestly, I do think that the first semifinal has a little bit of advantage. He's got a little bit of time to rest, practice if he wants, because playing in the second semifinal and then the final, that's a lot of Dr. Mario in a row, especially if you get to deciders, which we're all hoping for.
It's hard to recover from those. It's like, do you stay hydrated? You can't really. You can't get a bite to eat. You just kind of jump into it and get
Mm-mm.
back to work. And Packy is going to be taking that well-deserved break, perhaps, to just kind of get his composure back into it, going into the finals here. And Watch right now is finishing up. He's going to let this one run out and show everyone what he's capable of doing here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's working on waiting for that red horizontally. He gets it. It does actually come with it the possibility of taking the yellow out horizontally. It is going to cause a bit of garbage there. Cleaves out the blue in column two, though. So we'll see. It's a slow end game that he's got going on, but it is advancing. So this is good. If he gets a red yellow, that'll be really open up some possibilities.
I think as you mentioned, Watchma say, you know what? Here's this is what some versus strats can be. You'll actually get combos upon combos upon setups, and we're going to see this drop T going into it.
And there he goes. He's out at a 1040. So GG's to Washma. And of course, GG's to Packy. Congratulations for moving on. You know, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, dance around your room, whatever you got to do. We will see you in the finals. And we'll see you all in a couple of minutes. This is the DRMC.
And Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Welcome back to the DRMC. Swung in the booth here, and I'm joined with the absolutely fantastic Ook, the librarian. Ook, how are we doing today?
Hey, not bad. Swung. Just getting ready to watch some really good Dr. Mario as we've got two of our best players going head to head. Didn't we just have two of our best players? Of course we did, but we got two more of them.
This is absolutely what we'd like to see here. We see the best of the best of the best duking each other out in the semis of all places. But any of these matches could have been a finals, and we're getting it as early as the semis. So what a treat for this Sunday. But Ook, what can you tell us about these two players here?
So let's see what I've got in my notes. We've got Adelito on your left, of course, hailing from Turkey, and he has not lost a game since Watchman took him out in the semis back in January. It is quite late over there, not as late as it has been, but yeah, he has really just gone on a tear to start this year off. On your right, you see Influx. He is our two-time returning champion of the annual tournament. But this is just his second tournament this year. He was in the finals back in May, but he's looking for another return back to the finals. And yeah, it could be either one of these players can really just go off. They have met once before, back in the finals of last year. So this is going to be our 2022 finals uh, rematch, if you will.
two championship caliber players playing at championship level quality here is what these two players are going to be bringing us today here between Influx and Adelito, and I cannot wait. I think, as we've seen from the last match, it can go any which way. It could be, 3 games, it could be 4 games, five. Any, it's I don't know, and I don't care. I'm here to call. It's going to be amazing, and either way, you dissect it. So let's do this.
Absolutely. So once we get our readies from these players, it's going to be pills in the chat. And once we get pills in the chat, it's going to be pills on the board. I can't wait to see what they're going to do for us.
But hey, let's get a countdown here. Ooh, 3, 2, 1, and
Pills.
pills.
All right. So good options to start off for Influx, although I don't like how little red he's got. And then I look over at Adelito and it's the exact same thing. So yeah, Adelito, of course, finding ways to put red in where there isn't any. And Influx, we're not sure where the reds are going to come from for him. He's just having to deal
Oh,
with a
look at this
lot.
combo from Influx there. Drops it
Really
down here. I
nice.
was kind of curious what he's going to do with turning that garbage into gold, and Influx being Influx, dropping it down in a very smart and creative way. He is setting everything up and signaling drop it all down. Minimal garbage on Influx board, and also minimal garbage on Adelito's board. But Influx is a 6 fires lead on Adelito.
Yeah, and luckily doesn't have too much of a time difference. Adelito is about second and a half, 2 seconds behind, so that will be a small advantage for him. But not nearly as much as we were seeing in the last game. And I like these setups these guys are putting together. This is Man, that's a lot
Ooh.
just dropping off of Influx's board there.
If that was a versus match, you guarantee that'd be 4 pieces of garbage dropped down into that. But as we say that here, Influx still holding on to a 4 virus lead. Both these players going heavy with a strong horizontal game. And Influx going to be clearing things up. Looks like he's going to be looking and dropping everything down. He has a pretty decently free and clear board and still maintaining a very slight lead over on Adelito.
Yeah, and Adelito's just kind of run into not getting what he needs, and it's even testing the abilities of what he can pull off. We know that he tends to flourish even when there's not the colors that he's looking for, but right now it's just been a little bit of trouble for him. He does get things taken care of as Influx out just under 2 minutes.
Just under 2 minutes. Adelito going to now open up that yellow. So now he has a free and clear board here. But as we said, Influx making some waves into this level 11, dropping it down. Still trying to maintain that board. Adelito joining him at a 216, but Influx just, trying to take that lead and trying to run away with it.
Yeah, overall, I like both of these starting boards better than what they got in level 10. But yeah, no, there's not really much of a but there. It's gonna work out as Adelito finding some good combos and trying to reduce how much garbage he's actually got. Influx, I didn't see. I'm assuming that red blue on top of his 1-2 was a misdrop, but I did not see it to confirm.
Yeah, and I don't think he's going to be able to turn that red blue into something useful. Just because he has that yellow blue right underneath with, yeah, he is clearing up. That was just some extra pills that wasn't going to be used at that moment there. Perhaps he just wanted to, get and cycle into the next pill, or perhaps it was a misdrop. I didn't pay attention to that. But as we said, that Influx dropping it down, he has a split board, everything on that left side with a center well. It's going to be interesting to see how he maneuvers and balances the pieces with this board here, Ook.
Yeah, meanwhile, Oliver on Adelito's side, everything is looking very clean. He's not 100% free and clear yet, but he's going to get that way pretty quickly here as he has managed to reduce his garbage down to practically nil. And that is just not easy to do, even at these levels. So, just a little bit of garbage here on this column too, and that is going to work out pretty quickly here. Oh man, great clear. He's out at a 355. That was blazing, but here's Influx out at a 401.
Yeah, both these players neck and neck. Adley with that swaggy finish there. You love to see those combos. Both these players playing a really strong horizontal and combo game uh, is Influx and Adelito, but everything dropping down very nicely. Uh, Influx drilling that red down to the bottom here. Adley with a great cross in there, and he has a 4 virus lead over on Influx.
Yeah, but that has just about completely dissolved as Influx was dropping a cross clear combo himself. Just anywhere you look right now, these two are dropping combos like I don't know, illicit substances. I don't know what you drop these days. They're doing great. Dropping them like beats. I don't know. They're doing a great job.
This it could be yeah, that is I'm at a loss of words as well, but we're here to see the awesome gameplay, and I can't think of any musical analogies right here. But as we see this musical analogy, both these players orchestrating some fantastic plays here. Influx at the bottom half of his board, and Adelito also going to be joining in with that. Little bit of a slight little bit of garbage, but I think nope, Adelito's just going to clear up that garbage and not really worry about that. But
Yeah, he
still
was.
holding on to a 3 virus lead.
Yeah, Adelito was definitely thinking under clear, but ended up not needing everything the way it was. Did miss the opportunity to make a huge cross out of that double red, but this is going to end up not being a problem for him as he is down to just a handful of viruses left. He's in single digits and is getting exactly what he needs. Influx not too far behind. In fact, has pretty well gotten back into a tie with Adelito, but it's just going to be, yep, there goes Influx out of 556 and a 557 for Adelito. So this level is going to determine game number one.
Wow, you can't get any closer to that, Ook. This is literally just second 1 second difference between both these players here. But we're seeing some championship pill dropping caliber between both these players here. Influx trying to keep this diversified with his shapes. He's going to hopefully get that double blue. I don't know if it's going to come. Double blue's a little tricky, but let's see how it plays out.
Yeah, and Adelito with that setup just destroyed anything that looked like it was garbage. Uh, just an amazing, amazing drop combo there. At he still got himself into a bit of a deficit, but with all the setups that he's got, that's been the hallmark of Adelito's play all year is you never know just how far ahead or behind he is because the things that he comes up with, like this combo that he's about to drop, I think he's
He's
just going
going
to
to
set
fire
it
it. There it
off.
is. He was hoping for a yellow red, but just fired it down with a yellow blue, which is okay, minimizing that sort of garbage here. But as we say that, looks like Influx just needs a bunch of reds to continue with that. He is going to take, I think, those bottom blues out horizontally, and everything else should be mostly vertical at this point, unless I'm mistaken.
Yeah, it's everything's looking fairly set up for Influx as he just needs a couple more reds to finish this one out. Um, really? Okay, he's just trying to be swaggy now. But now he has locked up that red and he's wasted one pill half. That didn't end up mattering as he's out at a 748 and now Adelito is not too far from being done himself. And yeah, just another couple of pills. He needs 3 reds. 1, 2, and 3. He is out at an 806. So GG's to both players as Influx takes game number 1. And once we get our ratings, we're going to be in for game number 2.
Whew, man, these are some tight races, just within seconds. It's just like the first game we saw, the first bit of games we saw here, first match we saw. It's just like story all over again. But they can shake it out, get a little sip of water. They're gonna cool down, keep their composure when they get into this game number 2, and we're gonna wait for readies before we sound the alarm. And we did get readies. Okay, Ook, let's count down in 3,
3,
2,
2, 1.
1. Pills.
Hills. All right. Good board setups to start off with for both players. Influx looking for a huge combo. Let's see if he's going to get it. The doctor's not giving him the yellows that he needs. He finally just pulls the trigger on it. Didn't get exactly what he was looking for, but that is going to end up being all right. But Adelito has been blazing his way down to the bottom of this board there, Swang.
And yeah, Adelito's been having setups upon setups, horizontal drop combos, crosses and tees, and all the shapes and colors. They're just coming for Adelito. It's border screen Adelito, just Adelito all day with that. But as we say that here, it looks like he has everything right on over there. Adelito's torching this level 10 here, down to his final 17 viruses. He's not even a minute through into this level.
Yeah, and that is man, that is just super fast. He's got already a 10, 12 virus lead plus time. And of course, Influx is doing Influx things, making setups. But I think that red blue in the middle of his board was not set up the way he wanted. He's already cleared out down to it. And that sort of play is going to slow him down just a bit. As Influx out at a 121. Where are we?
121. What is it? Hold on.
Yeah,
Level
you look it
10.
up. I'll
Level
talk.
10. Level 10. I thought we were playing. Wow. That was blistering fast speed from Adley. I'm speechless right now, Ook. But let's see if Adley is able to get that. Looks like he's getting a bunch of yellow pills into this level 11 and nothing to do with it. He is going to drop things down, and he's got an interesting board. I don't think it's as straightforward as his level 10 here, but I think Adley is going to do some pretty serious work as soon as the pills come his way.
Yeah, that level 10 was definitely a lot easier to work with. He he has decided to go horizontal on those blues. I didn't know if he was going to be able to find what he needed for that and managed to. But on Influx's side, he's still trying to get his way out of this level 10. Things are not looking great for him as he's closing in on the 2.5 minute mark. That's not where he wants to be, not where he expects to be. Looks like he is going to get, there's the blue. He's going to be out at 233, but Adelito already down to just a dozen viruses in this board.
Wow, yeah. And as we said, luckily, Influx has a really dense top line there, doubles upon doubles ready to go. He is going to drop that and down, and he has now opened up the board diversity. He's going to take the L. No, he does go take it to the left side. There is Influx. Is he going to take the L? And this time he does, in fact, and he's making pretty short work despite a rocky level 10 here.
Yeah. So as we look over at Adelito, he is just doing everything he can to reduce his drop time, and has managed to keep his column 2 clear enough to where he can just start dropping this horizontal 1, 2, and 3. He's out at a 314. 314.
Oh,
I just had
that's
to say that again to make sure that's what it was. That's insanity.
But it's worth noting, Influx really closed the gap despite that level here. He's down to his final 12 viruses and just absolutely torching this level 10 here. I don't think that 10 really phased Influx, which is just shows, what both these players are capable of. Bad level, not a problem. Just continue on with it, and that's exactly what he's doing with this here. Down to his final 5 viruses, going to signal that he's going to clear those blues horizontally and continue with the rest of his board here, Ook.
Yeah, mental toughness really makes a big, big difference in this tournament. As Influx, yeah, had that one set up just a little high. He is going to get out at a 403 with a pause buffer for us. But oh, look at this combo that Adelito's trying to set up. Didn't end up. I'm not sure how he was planning on triggering both sides
Blue
at the
fat
same
log
time,
from
but there it
Adelito.
is.
Yes, there we go. I was like, is he going to get that? But he did. So that was really cool to see. Excellent work by Adelito here. We
And
see that
across.
and the crossover. Man, Adelito's just doing all these shapes. Wow. Okay. Let me take a breath here.
Yeah, as Influx is starting his level 12, he's still about 20 viruses down, but is again, like you said earlier, he's making up some time, definitely moving things forward. But man, oh man, I don't know if he's got it. It's Adelito is just moving so fast right now. And what even was that? I just looked up and saw shapes and things exploding. What am I missing here?
I think it was the Matrix. I believe Adelito is one of the few that's actually glitched the Matrix, so we just got to see it in real time here. But anyways, as we say that here, Influx really makes some leaps and bounds here. He's actually closed that gap that he once had on Adelito down to now a 10 virus game between both these players here. Adelito needs more red, and he's out of the 520. Excellent pace.
Yeah, this is well much faster than the 2 minute pace that we've been seeing from our players so far today, as Influx is working on a everything in one go sort of clear. A blue red would finish up this entire board. He's not gonna wait around for that. I think that's smart. Now he just needs one red. There's what he was looking for out at a 550. So like you said, he's making up time. Uh, has managed to get it to keep himself below 2 minutes a level as well. And man, just great play from both these players.
Excellent play from both these players, and excellent. That's a huge cross from Influx's board. That stretched across the entire playing field. Wow.
Meanwhile, we look over at Adelito, and there goes, well, it wasn't quite a cross, but it was a combo. These are the sort of times you look at what Adelito does and go, well, I'm really glad he doesn't play live versus with us. Because that could be rough. I'm not sure that play was on purpose. We'll have to wait and see. He might have been just saying, "Hey, I need blue and I need yellow over here." But yeah, it is down to a 10 virus lead for Adelito. Influx has been just cruising his way right back. Uh, but is it going to be enough as Influx gets another nice horizontal, or Adelito gets another nice horizontal, and Influx works his way down this board there, partner?
Yeah, Influx had a very untimely red blitz, and that's not what I really wanted to see here. He is going to now open up the board here, but I think that was a very just very unfortuitous red blitz there. But he does get that sweet tee to open it up here. He has maintained a clean board, but I don't know if it's going to be enough going into it, especially since Adelitos needs one blue and two yellows.
Yep, and there go those yellows. Now the one blue, he is out at a 727. So really good time for Adelito. That is still about 13 seconds short of his all-time best, though. So we'll see if he's going to decide to put it into yet another gear as we get ready for game number 3.
Fantastic play, just all across the board here. Influx is looking like he's going to finish this out, adding some hair, shaking it down, keeping it here, drops it all down. Oh, wow, that was next level. I didn't see his how I was going to finish that.
Yeah, I knew he was planning a combo. I wasn't sure if he was going to get the whole thing in one combo or not, but has done so. And yeah, with a 759, still keeping it sub 8.
Yeah, despite that 7:59 is still an excellent time for Influx. So GG's to both players. Really amazing work.
All right, we've got race from both players. Reset the board, make it a best of 3.
Ready from both players, Zook, and we're going to count it down in 3,
3,
2,
2.
1, and pills.
Great opening pills for both players. They get exactly what they need to just start making some combos, getting things set up. I think that that double blue for Adelito wasn't what he wanted to put it, wasn't where he wanted to put it, but we'll just have to see.
Yeah, excellent maneuvering from Influx here. He's really maintained a really diverse top line here. He is going to horizontally clear out those reds. And it looks to me like, yeah, he's got everything set up to clear up the blue set when he takes it all down. No, he does not take that. In fact, he probably is going to clear up with a red, yellow. Looks like he's signaling a fat log up on top. Nope, does into a cross. So I'm putting my foot in my mouth with that combo there, Influx.
So it goes. So it goes. We don't always know what's going on because, we're commentators. So there's Adelito getting what he was looking for. I wasn't sure if it was ever going to come. He needed that red yellow, and finally did get it to pull off this combo.
It was amazing work. Both players pulling off just a masterful play as far as dropping things down and looking layers upon layers down. It's really a sight to see both of them doing that. And as we say that, Influx has two options, red blues. He's going to take that to advance that. Now he's again with a split board, both on the left and right to continue with that. But it looks like he's going to make short work of it here, Ook.
Yeah, I'd say both of them fairly quickly going to be out of this level 10.
Wow. That combo
Yeah,
by Adelito, geez.
Yeah, as Adelito gets the last red he needs out of 140 and Influx out of 143. So yeah, both players keeping it pretty tight here and already signaling for combo play and getting it. Wow.
Yeah, Adelito signaling for this first pill. He could have cleared up some yellows, I believe, it set it on top. So when he got the blues, which was the most common color in his board, he can say, look, yellow's not as important, but we need to clear his blues out and let's also keep it efficient. And that's what Adelito did to continue making it look as effortless as possible. And it's definitely paid off. But now he's in this interesting situation where yellows are not what he needs right now.
Yeah, not at all. And Influx kind of in that situation with reds. He's not completely out of reds on his top line, but they're few and far between. So that's going to end up causing him just a little bit of heartburn if he gets too much of that. But now it's blue that's the problem, and now it's yellow. It's the board. It cycles. These things happen.
All the colors, ook, the colors. And as we say that, we have the setup. I like that drop of influx of the yellow red. As he signals, he's going to take those blues out and drop it all down into it to keep that yellow red play as efficient as possible. Design per his decisions.
I can't believe you just referenced a popsicle ad from the
Yeah,
late 90s.
I knew. I was hoping you'd get it. Ook. I'm like, yes.
Yeah, I'm down here like trying to regain my composure after that one. That was
Oh man.
wow. All right. Yeah.
Okay, but
So
look at his setup by Fox at 322. He's out here. But I like how Adelita has it all set up and ready to go here. He's going to need a couple of different plays here to continue to board here. He is going to de-sandwich and open up those reds. So that yellow garbage on top is absolutely not a worry for him.
yeah, and oh, this combos that was another great one for Influx as he is zipping his way down the top chunks of this level 12, trying to get as much separation as he can from Adelito, knowing that you can't really give Adelito anything. And the doctor seems to agree because the pills that he is getting have been very lovely
Oh my gosh. Look at
at
these
what he.
combos set up from Influxes. Look at it. He's going to get a red yellow. If he gets one more red yellow, he's going to do some damage on his whole entire board.
There it is.
Oh man. Boom, ba boom, ba boom. Amazing. Look at that. He's destroyed what, 8 viruses from that one play? Incredible work.
Yeah, definitely. But check out this sideways everything for
Oh,
Adelito. Yeah, this is these two are playing they've got very similar play styles. And it's interesting watching them just kind of go back and forth because literally these monster setups are what both of them live for. And it's crazy.
wow. Yeah, this is it's I can't stop to look at one board because I'm seeing brilliance from Influx, I'm seeing brilliance from Adelito, and I wish I could, I wish my glasses were stronger because I can just, look at both boards simultaneously, but that's some world that we don't live in. But as we say that, the world that we are living in is this fantastic play from Influx, dropping it down at the crosshair. He just needs a yellow and a blue, and he's going to be out at a 516. 516.
Yep, that is what we were seeing the last game from Adelito. So I Influx saying, "Hey, yeah, you can do it. I can do it too." And yeah, it's a bit of a lead for him, and Adelito is going to have to really work to get back into this game. Otherwise, we're going to be seeing game number 4 with Influx with a lead. I mean, I guess either player could be having the lead here. It's going to be a 2-1 regardless, but
Wow. Influx had a crazy board set. It was really challenging, and he just dropped everything down, looked a couple things down. The double red was perfect to make sure it cascaded in the right place. It looked odd because he had to bridge a bunch of some pill halves over to the side to really make it work. And Influx constructing just masterful plays to do just that. And it was just we're gonna have to take a look at the tape again after his match is over. It was amazing to see it in action.
yeah, and Influx looking to be the one taking this game number 3 out in our best of 5. It's not over yet, but
Woo!
especially not with all those reds just saying bye-bye. That was a heck of a combo from Adelito. But yeah, things aren't over yet, but it is a 20 plus virus deficit for Adelito. He's going to have to really make some really aggressive plays as well as get the RNG that he needs. Uh, those are some nice plays right there that could really help. But down to 3 is Influx, and there's one pill he needs, there's 2 pills he needs. And for number 3, it's a red. He is out at a 7:16.
Very hot time. Not the hottest time, but it's probably definitely a top 10 time at that 7:16. That is really, really quick here.
Yeah,
GG to Influx.
Influx's PB is a 7:09 in this level block. So,
Wow.
yep, he's still
Wow.
got plenty to do to catch that particular time. But looks like a great combo there from Adelito. He's going to need to, drop that down, and he's going to get exactly what he needs to come out at a 750. So 2 sub-8s again for these players.
That's wow, both excellent, spectacular performances from both these players. And man, I'm flabbergasted by the level of play these players can come with, and quick on the fly adjustments as well. You see these players just doing micro adjustments, going from one side of the bottle to the other on the fly. It's just really neat to see the decision making in real time with both Influx and Adelino. Amazing work. GG's, GG's.
All right, and there's readies from both players.
We've got race from both players, Luke. Let's count it down in 3,
3, 2,
2, 1.
1.
Pills.
Pills. Double yellows to start for both players, and I gotta think that was not where Influx wanted to play that.
Looking down the board, it would be tough to figure out how he can turn that yellow into something useful. He is clearing it up, signaling that it was a misdrop, but he is tucking and maneuvering, and almost like he was presented with nothing, nothing to see here, folks, nothing to see here. But as we get that, Influx going to take that. No, he does not take that tuck lightning bolt. Does in fact not. Now he does takes that, drops it down, and he it's a little high, but nothing he can't overcome. Sweet tea on Influx.
Yeah, on Adelito's side, he's hoping to do something. Uh, yeah, there's the yellow blue that he needs. I was gonna say he's hoping to do something with this horizontal, but the doctor was not giving him the pills that he needed. But Adelito at this point taking a 10 virus lead early on in this level number 10, and looks to be holding on to that as Influx is trying to work his way down this board. And okay, there's that double. That's what that double red was for. I was gonna say I don't think that double red was at all what he was looking for, and even the placement that he had, I'm not sure was ideal.
Yeah, Influx was holding for that red blue. I think he now realizes that he may have been able to drop it down, but I don't think that's too concerning for him. He is now going to clear out horizontally, drop it all down. But we'll continue seeing Influx do some magic with this board, as he is probably going to drop those reds down to clear up everything. He has a mostly free and clear board, but as we said, Adelito screaming through his level 11 down to his 37 viruses in his level 11 is Adelito.
Yeah, he was out of his level 10 in about a minute 20. So uh, just, like you said, screaming right through here. As Influx, I believe, is looking for a horizontal on this blue. That's going to make it a little more difficult. Goes ahead and takes the vertical. That seems like the right call, especially with everything lined up on the left-hand side. But he is going to be, depending on RNG, about 57, 58 seconds behind. So that is not the sort of lead you want to be giving Adelito, because he will take it and he will make you pay for it. So we'll see what is coming up with a great swim there from Adelito. He's really hoping to get this blue horizontally, but that's going to require taking the reds out horizontally as well.
Wow, Influx had this crazy monster combo, which turned into a drop into a fat log in the center of the board, and Yeah, I thought he was going to leave some garbage, but he ended up not having really any garbage on his board. But Adelita responding with a great horizontal of his own to really keep things interesting here. But yeah, he just needs a couple of reds to get out, and Adelito going to be out close to 3 minutes. This is a torrid pace from Adelito, our 3 seed.
Yeah, 301. That is I'm always happy to be getting around that time out of my second level in a 6 to 9. I know we say that sort of thing all the time, but and I am definitely not the person you want to be emulating when it comes to 6 to 9 times, but definitely that is that's some hot time. That's spicy.
Just making short work out of it here. Adelito with another drop combo into another combo. He's just got setups upon setups upon setups ready to fire off. Is Adelito is going to take the rest of his blues out. Now has diversified it a bit. Is Adelito, but it's really interesting because he's setting it up here over here, and he's trying to find that extra gear, and I think he has found it here. Ook down to his
Yeah.
34 viruses with 4 minutes into this level 12.
Yeah, the other thing he's hoping to find is something to do with yellows, and he has worked his way down to the part of his board that is just kind of swarming with the things, and that is really where he wants to be. As Influx out about a 406, so again, we're talking about a minute's difference, and if you're Influx, I don't know if he's listening, but you got to be asking yourself, what can I do to stop this guy? Because he is just zipping right on through.
Yeah,
If he's
it's oof, I'll go for it. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, if he's got another gear, now's the time to find it.
Uh, definitely for there, both players going to be making short work here. But Influx, being a student of all things Dr. Mario, is going to not let that level decide how the fate of this match is going to be like. As he drops it down, creates a little bit of a drop combo there. He has a couple of different setups. Perhaps he's going to clear up that blue horizontally to keep things nice and going. We'll see how it pans out.
All right, there's Adelito out at a 455. Swung, I think we could be. I don't think it's going to be a sub 6, but or I think we're looking at a sub 7 here.
And I believe that would be our first term. A huge cross from Influx's side here. He took a glut of those viruses off. Yeah, I think we are going to see something there. It probably might be the hottest time out of this level block. So we're definitely within that realm of possibility for sure.
Yeah, this is definitely a possibility. It's just a matter of will he get what he needs and will he use what he gets? As so far, the answer to both questions has been yes. There is a heck of a drop cross for Adelito as Influx trying to find his way through the end of this level 12. This is, oh, wow. That was a heck of a combo from Influx.
Yeah, you blink and you miss. I
Beautiful.
look over and it was just this master class of things falling into place, cascading in the right spots. Really excellent to see. Really heads up play from Influx. But yeah, Adelito down to his last 19 viruses at 6 minutes here. I think we could be seeing something historic here, folks.
Yes, indeed. This, and I hope it's not like a no hitter where you can't talk about it because I already have, and I don't want to regret that. But uh, this is this is just some of the fastest we've ever seen this level block played. And man, what do you say to this? What do you do to this? This is
Look at
just
this
some
combo.
great
Whoo,
play. And oh,
man.
the setup.
Oh
It
my
is so
gosh.
well set up. And it's a
Holy
done deal
moly.
now,
Yeah, he's
unless
definitely
the
got it
doctor
here. This is
doesn't
in the
do it.
bag.
There it is, a 642, the
Six,
first
the
time
hottest time.
ever.
And this man, wow. And you saw his live split go into red there. So he was chasing his actual real PB by about maybe a second or two. But the fact that he got it in tournament play is just it's mind blowing. Another fantastic performance from Adelito, our 3 seed. Holy mo! Wow.
Yeah, that was ooh. Dave Smith pointing out yet another sub 8. Yes,
Yeah.
indeed.
Oh,
Oh man. I'm speechless.
man. Fantastic. Fantastic work. That's whoo man. Whoo man. Influx
And
getting it all set up here. He's gonna run this one out. I don't blame him. Just the great crossover there. I think given the situation, some players like to just top out or reset, and some players like to say, you know what, this block was not really. It didn't get to me. I'm not going to let it get to me, and I'm going to show you why I'm here. And this is what Influx is doing.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's a reason he is he's our two-time champion of the entire tournament, and is not gonna. Oh,
Uh,
yep. That's a reset. That's definitely a reset.
it's all good. I saw he was going to drop it all down to the red and blue, and he's like, "Oh, whoops! Oh well, match is over. Let's get this done." GG's, GG's, GG's.
Wow. So, having seen that, we
Wow,
get to call another one.
man,
It's
this
decider time.
this yes indeed, yes indeed. I can't believe I got to call 2 deciders in a row. I love it, man. Wow. Let's do this,
Yes.
Duke. Man, let's do this, players, man. Whoo, whoo, let's go.
All right. So, once we get our readies in the chat, there's a ready. There's a ready.
Readies are in. DrMC bot's going to count us down in 3,
Three, two,
2, 1.
one.
Pills.
Pills.
Let's go.
Double reds, double yellows, lots of stuff to look at for these guys. And oh man, you see what Adelito's putting together.
Yeah,
I
I
think
see
he's
that
gonna
over
pull it
there.
off. Yep.
Oh, sweet tea drop. Look at that. Amazing stuff here. But yeah, this is it. This is our game 5. We're not gonna have a definite winner after this. Chat, who you got? Do you have Adelito, our 3 seed? Do you have Influx, our 7 seed? Is it gonna go to overtime? I don't know. I don't care, but I love every little bit of it here. As these players are neck and neck here, Ook. It's Influx with a slight lead, 4 viruses on Adelito.
Yeah, and Influx has the benefit of having access to blue, something that you can't say about Adelito right at the moment. Unfortunately, just not an ideal board for him, but that's never really stopped him before, so I don't expect it to do so now. As yeah,
Ooh, another
that's
sweet tea. Wow.
yeah, and it's staying within 4 as both these players just saying, "All right, let's see what we can do after a moment like that."
See, I was trying to figure out what Adelito's doing here. He has that yellow that's kind of complicating that blue drop over there. I think he's going to have to go with the yellow red in that first portion and drop
Oh,
out. I'm not really sure what he's going to do with that. We'll see how it plans out there.
yeah,
Looks
I
to me
think
like he is going to drop it all down, and looks to me like he is probably going to clear up the. Yeah, he's going to have a little bit of a long bone for both these things here. And he can't
yeah,
clear up that with a yellow blue because it would just overcomplicate things. He'll now clear it down.
yeah. Adelito misflipped the red blue that was over in his column number 2, and that ended up being the real problem. He is out at a 155 as Influx already well underway in his level 11. These two just putting on a clinic as they tend to do, although, things are looking a little dicey for Influx at the top of his board.
He is going to try and maneuver and drop it down so he doesn't clear up just pill halves, and that's exactly what he did there. He is going to drop this down. He is hoping for any sort of yellow, ideally a yellow blue. He does in fact take that, drops it on down, and he's left it the minimal garbage and has a 13 virus lead on Adelito.
Yeah, Adelito has just gotten rid of most of his blue access, is going to take this horizontal. That was the smart play. And now he's just going to use some of these as garbage. Just trying to find something to do with pills that aren't red, because right now it is all red all the time. And yeah, things not coming out ideally for him. But this is really going to work out. That was a heck of a combo from Adelito
Yeah,
to keep himself within 10.
that was definitely not a board that you really wish to see on any player here. He just had a glut of red viruses, just red on top lane here, but it doesn't seem to be that much of a problem for Adley. He's actually closed the gap a little bit. It was at one point over 10, but now we're back to a single digit virus difference between these two players here, is Adelito and Influx.
Yeah, and Influx's side is a little messy. Oh, yeah, he wanted that yellow blue turn the other
Oh,
way.
just
And so it is going to work
look
out
at
for
that
him though.
combo. Wow. Swaggy, fantastic finisher. He clears it all in one go. Trying to break the game is Influx, but Influx trying to turn this into a score attack game, but hey, that's it. I mean, you love to see it here. But Influx out here and Adelito joining him at a 349, but Influx really making quick work of this level 12.
Yeah, it's about a 15-second difference at this point. So, that's what Adelito is looking at with Influx getting a great combo here. That is some good play from him. But now he's out of blue on his top line. So he's gonna have to find a way to get down to some. In fact, pretty much out of red on his top line as well. He just needs oh that misflip
Ooh.
is going to be rough. I was going to say it's a lot of garbage on the top line right now, so it's kind of hard to say what exactly Influx needs as Adelito takes advantage of that situation and is ahead now by about 3 viruses.
Yeah,
Goes
that
ahead and takes a great
misdrop here, but
combo.
here's Influx as a monster combo, turning that apparent misdrop into something useful here, but has now lost lead to Adelito. It's now a 2 virus game. This is the closest it's been so far with this match. But as we've seen it from all these matches here, it has been too close to tell with every single one of these games. But Influx taking the opportunity to create some horizontal drops, keeps it there and minimizes that drop garbage that he has set up here. Meanwhile, looking like he is going to take that and make sure that he is well. Now he just needs anything that is not blue, and that red blue is going to open up to make it a little bit more useful, I think.
Yeah, on Adelito's side, he's got it's plans upon plans. I think I see all of them. And for the most part, everything's going to work out for him. He needed to get rid of that blue there, but everything is so far so good. But not at the moment, as Adelito needs some blues to get out of this level. Is going to get the blues. Now he needs a red. Influx out at a 552. Adelito out at a 552. It's one level for the game, for the entire match, their partner.
Oh my gosh, you can't get any closer. What a nail biter already. And this level is going to be an absolute barn burner between these two players here into this level 13. This is neck and neck as close as you can get. We're seeing it here. Adelita with an interesting setup. I'm not 100% sure what's going on with what he is trying to do. That yellow red in the center is gumming up some of the works, but now he's going to make it look a little bit more efficient with that. Is he going to clear up the yellow? No, he is going to wait and hold off for I thought he was going to go and clear it up here, but is trying to make it as efficient as possible. Adelita playing dangerously high up on this top line here, Ook.
Yeah, that could have been bad. He's had to burn through a couple of pill halves that he really needed, but so far he's just keeping things alive. But as you know, that as happens, Influx using that bit of time to find his way into a lead. He's now got a 7 virus lead, and only about 2 seconds worth of clock difference. But for Adelito, it's going to need to be a double red burst. That is really going to be the thing that is going to benefit him most. And if he can see his way through some of these reds, things could work out. Now it's a 6 virus, now 5 virus difference. Back up to 7. Things are just going crazy between these two.
And
As yeah, Influx needs
man,
yellow, and he needs a lot of it.
is he going to take the opportunity to de-sandwich that red? He is not going to take that. I think it's a smart thing to do to try and open things up. He is going to drop that yellow down here, but it is a 4 virus, now 3 virus game between these two. Can Influx get the yellows taken care of? Can Adelito clear it up? It's a yellow and blue story between these two players. Ook.
I don't know what's going to happen. We've got one more blue for Adelito to finish it out, one more yellow for Influx. 7:58. It is going to be Adelito
Oh,
with 4 seconds in a decider, taking
oh,
out
wow.
Influx. That,
Within, oh my gosh, Ook.
ooh, that was a close one, Swong.
You can't get any closer to that here. Within 4 seconds, I mean, just Influx. It was a tale between just fantastic level 10 as a level 12. And, I guess Adelito had a better 13 going into it, but boy, oh boy, that's as
Yeah,
close as you're going to get with these two. But that was
back
a heck of
forth.
a match.
So
Wow.
we're going to give Adelito a second to breathe. We're going to get Packy back in on his board. We're going to get ready for a final swung. It's going to be Packy. It's going to be Adelito in our final. Stick around. You're watching the DrMC Speed Tournament July 2023 Finals. And we're back with the Dr. Mario Championship Speed Tournament for July 2023. I am Mook the Librarian, and here to call this incredible final with me is Savage Octagon. Savage, a lot of storylines going on, especially after that match that we just witnessed.
I
Uh,
shock.
yeah,
I mean, shocking, but not shocking. I don't know. I don't even know. I think I just would have been silent through a lot of that because my jaw was on the floor. So GG's to both players. I'm really excited. We were just talking in the booth about how great it is to see Packy in the finals again.
yeah. Packy hasn't been in the finals. I had looked it up. I thought it had been, I knew it had been a little bit. It's been a year. He was in last July's finals, and you know, he's been in this position 11 times. This makes 12 times now. 8 times he's come in as the runner up, and 3 times he's come in as the champion. He wants this as badly as anybody does at this point. So, that's one of the stories. And then on the other, you see Adelito getting one of his strongest challenges he's had all year and just managing to overcome in probably one of the most dramatic fashions you could have.
Yeah, that is for sure. And yeah, just I don't even know what to expect from Packy from this because as you said, he doesn't have a ton this year. And Luke mentioned that he thought that averages were a little bit outdated from the previous year, and I just always agree with that sentiment. And so, Packy's average could be nowhere near what he's doing right now. We don't know what he's been practicing like. And I think it's going to come down to, Packy's not afraid of taking drop time. Adelito doesn't take a lot, and I wonder if that's going to add up over time, but I know these two are capable of amazing plays.
Yeah, it's definitely a tale of two different styles as well. Packy very well known for that always press down style. Adelito, as we just saw, is I mean, he's trying to take the term king of combos, I think, and pretty well earning it. So it's a question of who's going to have it, who's going to get the pills they need, who's going to play the way that, or who's going to get exactly the play and the pills. And I don't know. It's this could be the best match of the year, or it could be a blowout either way. I just have no idea.
Mm-hmm. The hottest hot time of this level block is 8:02, set by Adelito. Surprise, surprise! In February of this year, he holds 5 of the top 10 hottest times, and top 5 hottest times are all under 9:05. So very, very impressive there. And I wouldn't be surprised if we get some hot times in this block. But we have readies. So we are going to start our countdown in just a few seconds. 3, 2, 1. Pills.
Good luck to both players. This is gonna be worth it. All
Mhm.
right. Nice starting board for Adelito. Nothing really to complain about. Same for Packy. Color diversity on top, always the first thing you want to see. We could be running into some issues with lacking blue for Packy, but he's found his way down into that. And Savage, I think the RNG is looking all right to start these boards off.
Yeah, a lot of yellow there for Packy, but nothing he can't overcome. Influx is sorry. Whoa, whoa. Adelito's board is so great right now. He's been setting up horizontal after horizontal. Just looking really fantastic here. These players are playing 14 through 17 now, best of 5, and this represents uh, uh,
I saw that one
uh,
coming.
uh,
As
I'm
Savage's
done. I'm
brain
done.
breaks, that
Sorry.
that combo, I didn't see all of it coming, but I did see that there was something about to happen. as Adelito finds the bottom of his board in, one fell combo. Packy trying to do a lot of the same though. That is, it's only a 2 virus difference. The difference being that Adelito's board is a lot more compressed at the bottom.
Yeah, there's a lot of opportunities for doubles. Um, and would have loved a double red for Adelito to finish out that upside down T, but he's going to be patient as he always is, and he's going to be able to clear out a lot of that. He's got a horizontal going. Meanwhile, Packy with a 5 virus deficit, actually now 7 as I say that. Look over to the other side. But this is a really straightforward board. I'm not sure if he wanted to do that though in column 1, but I think it doesn't really matter because he has the opportunity for the blue horizontal, which he's going to take. Speaking of horizontal, Adelito was laying stuff down at the bottom. He is going to take that red out vertically, but RNG's got to cooperate. Packy out before him. Woo!
Yeah, Packy out at a 153, Adelito out at a 205, and there's about a 5-6 second difference in what you're seeing in the times. So these guys, Packy also has the timer advantage. So that I think that may end up being critical later.
Mm-hmm. It very well could be. I mean, with the small margins we've been seeing in some of these games. So really nice opener from both players here in this level 15. Very even top lines. Again, as I was saying before I got totally broken, these levels represent really tightly packed viruses. Efficiency is key. You're going to see a lot of doubles, and players want to maximize how those finish out.
Yeah, absolutely. And Packy's getting down into the red portion of his board. He does get some double reds. That's nice. As Adelito gets down into the no red portion of his board. So yeah, that's wow. Okay. He found it. He found some reds. They're down there. Uh, that was just one combo. Said nope, no, it's not gonna be a problem.
Ooh, man, Packy was gifted a way out of his garbage situation in column 3. It looked like he had a big misdrop there, but no worries now. And he's got the opportunity for a lot of great horizontals. Notice if he drops the red in row 1, the blue will follow, but he had competing plans there, and it was going to work out with some yellows in row 3. So he's messed that up a little bit, but it doesn't matter. The rest of this board totally straightforward, easy to handle.
Yeah, it was definitely gonna take a last second flip for Packy. Um, and interesting choices there. Okay, everything's working out for him. Whoa, full line clear just about from Adelito. As Packy out at a 353 and Adelito having to play a little cleanup to get out of this board, he's going to be out at a 406. So again, about 13-second difference.
hmm And notice as these levels climb, obviously the top line of the viruses gets higher and higher, and both players playing on high speed. If you don't get the RNG that you want, or you hang a pill the wrong way, it can be very difficult. It's really tough to DAS pills over to the far side of the board, but these players tap really fast. So but it can spell disaster for a lot of players.
And we want to say a big welcome and a thank you for the raid from Monthly Tetris. Welcome in, friends. I don't know if you guys were still playing the Texas region we were seeing yesterday, but if so, GG's to everybody who was playing in that. And welcome in, Raiders. You are watching the finals of the DrMC monthly tournament as we are watching Packy versus Adelito in what has already been one of the best match days I think we've seen in a while, Savage.
That is definitely true, Ook. Wow, a beautiful big T down the center of the board there for Adelito, who some of you know has played Tetris quite a bit. Um Packy responding with a T of his own, dropping into a nice vertical. There's a lot of good stuff that can happen with the blue in the center of Packy's board. And he has exposed all of it. Can have some good opportunities for doubles with the reds as well in the center. And he is just tearing through this level 16. He's got about a 15 virus lead on Adelito, but as I like to say a lot, you look at the pill halves, Adelito has a lot, that means a lot of plans.
Yeah, especially for Adelito, who just will combo his way out of anything. But man, Packy getting the setups that he needs. He's going to have some horizontals, and I wonder if he's thinking D sandwich for this red. Looks like that's what he's signaling. Um, he's making plans just in case that doesn't work out, but there's going to. So,
Hmm.
wow, that was
Yeah.
just really heads up play from Packy, who is going to be out of this one at a 612 into his final level and with a pretty commanding lead.
Hmm. And it really boils down to the fact that Adelito has been waiting for this red horizontal for so long, and he's
There it is.
manufacturing it, doing it as a T, dropping everything down. He put so much garbage on top of that, and it all fell exactly as he wanted. He just needs some yellows, and he'll be out. He gets all the yellows, and he's out at a 644.
Yes, indeed. So, no blue for Adelito on his top line. That is not what you want
Mm.
to see in level 17. But of course, as I say
Yeah,
that, he
gets
found some.
bailed out. That could have been bad. Um, yeah, if the RNG hadn't cooperated, but I don't think column 4 is 3 and 4 is exactly where he wanted it to be, but he's working on a red horizontal. Meanwhile, Packy with about a 5 virus advantage, a lot of opportunities to drop things down. He's got a lot of good pill halves on the board, just in the right place, no garbage, and he's clean, ready to set up more combos.
Yes, indeed. And keeping his top line diversity, that's really been the key for what pack he's got. As you can see, he's getting ready to set this up. Interesting,
Mhm. Not on
not
the other
setting that up,
side.
but there you go.
Oh, that was pretty fantastic. Not gonna lie. Um, so Adelito working on the right hand side of the board, he's gonna looks like he's signaling that he wants to take those blues that blue out horizontally to do the D sandwich, but having that yeah, that yellow blue gonna be perfect for him, and he's gonna tuck inside on 7 and 8. Beautiful work there. He is going to experience some drop time probably from that red. Not sure where that's going to go. It all depends on the pills. But wow, Packy still with about a 10 virus lead. His board is really tightly packed though, so he's going to have to deal with a little bit of trickiness in 1 and 2 in particular.
Yeah, I think everything's going to work out for him, especially as he's getting these combos figured out. This double red is going to be critical, though.
Mm-hmm.
That is going to do wonders for him. And you can see he's already setting up for the yellow. That is going to be perfect because he's going to have the blue horizontally. He's going to get this red on the right hand side taken care of. That does take out the one blue pill half that he had, but he is just two blue pill halves away. Doc, there it is.
All right.
And with an 855, I believe that's going to put him in on the hot times board yet again.
It is. He's gonna have the number 4 hot time for this level block. And he was looking for those blues at the end of that board, and Adelito kept getting Packy's blues. So they were trading off. I think they would have liked to see that. But Adelito out at a 922, and that is the 15th hottest time if that were a winning time. And wow, outstanding. So we're getting exactly what we hoped for, folks.
Yes, indeed. So we are done with game one. This is a best of five. They're going to be running through levels 14 through 17 for those of you who have not seen this before. Atletico is on a 4 tournament win streak. The only 2 tournaments this year he did not win were January when he was out in the semifinals and in May when he was absent so that he could go get married. Packy, meanwhile, is in his first finals in a year, and these two are really giving us a show.
Yes, Adelito, I think, jokingly considered playing on the night of his wedding, and that's a kind of a recipe for perhaps divorce early on. Not a good way to start up, but they're both off. So let's see.
Speaking of not a good way to start out, Packy starting out without any access to
Mm,
blue, or with limited access to blue, I should say, and so far has managed to work it out. Looks like, yeah, things are working out for him. But looking at Adelito's side, I mean, where's the red? Where's the blue? Where's everything but yellow? It's
mhm.
buried. He found it.
Yeah, but he was just setting up that awesome tea there. Uh, a very sweet tea. Now, yeah, he's got no use for blue, but he is signaling that he's gonna be very patient, wait for the opportunities to get a sweet tea. But wow, that double yellow came just a little bit too late. He's at about 11 viruses in front of Packy, who has a lot of red on the center of that board to work with.
Yeah. Oh, there's the yellow blue. Oh, and he does not use the yellow blue. Is going to get bailed out with a double yellow.
Oh,
Oh, nearly
oh,
broke the game.
that looked very, very close. You saw that stutter. If you have enough sprites cleared and do a big enough clear, it will break the game, and you'll have to either jiggle the controller for player two or restart the game if you didn't have that plugged in. So, yeah, yikes.
Yeah, and considering that Adelito plays on an emulator, I'm going to assume that player two wasn't an option. So, good thing that it was just short of that. As we look on Packy's board, though, man, that is a lot of yellow, and the
Hmm.
doctor not being kind, and that's, Adelito we saw out at a 154. Yeah, that's pretty telling. Packy's really what he's wanting to do is figure out what's the most efficient way to get rid of all of this yellow. You can see he's got himself a tee worked out. He was hoping to get the red taken care of at the same time. Decides to use a yellow on the blue. I'm not sure that was the best move, but I'm not Packy and he's smarter than I am, so I'm gonna let it go. Um,
Meanwhile,
Great
Adelito,
combo there.
top of this 15, struggling a little bit with all of the blue that showed up. The plans didn't quite fall out. And you saw Adelito hesitating a little bit, which is a little bit uncharacteristic of him. But he's starting to get this going. A nice combo to take out that garbage horizontally to drop plans down vertically. And this board is going now. Nice offset fat log there as Packy into level 15 at a 250. He's at about 20 virus deficit, which you do not want to be at to Adelito, but we've seen Packy rip through these boards, so he's going to take it to him.
Yes, indeed. And you saw Packy doing that little rock move right at the end. I know that feeling very well where you're just going, Doc, give me the pill I need. Give me the pill I need. Give me the pill I need. It was quite a bit before he got to the end of his level and got the red, I believe it was, that he needed to finish this level out. That was it was painful. Really
Mm-hmm.
felt for the guy.
And this is really tough. Packy has a lot of blue. On 7 and 8 is always really tough. He's got 7 cleared, but he's going to have a lot of drop time on that final column. Meanwhile, Adelito cruising through now. Not any significant problems with the middle of this board. Didn't have a lot of use for yellow, but again, you saw him drop down that strategic garbage. He's looking to clear those yellow garbages out horizontally, and lots of stuff will drop down once he does. Surprised that he didn't use it there, but maybe he's gonna tuck at some point. I'm not quite sure what he's gonna do with that. There he goes. He finally tucks it and takes a giant combo down there. Goodness.
As Packy sees a pill show up just a bit short of where he intended for it to. He was looking one step down from where he wanted to put a double yellow, perhaps. I don't know. It's been too long, and ended up
Just
setting it down where he did not want to have it.
oh my gosh, that red just made the biggest combo for Adelito. Oh my gosh, pretty much everything taken off the board. He's out at a 448. Um, Packy, this red yellow going to be excellent for him. He tucks it inside to make a horizontal there. But wow, that corner of the board very locked up for him.
Yeah, I think he's going to be able to get out of here in just a second
Oh,
because, yep,
nice.
great play. And now it's just, reds and yellows and more reds and gets exactly what he needs. He's out at a 512, making up a little bit of time after a pretty rough first level in this block.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, when he entered into the previous level, he was about 20 behind Adelito, and now not as far back, really in the teens. Adelito clearing off the top of this board, trying to get a level top line, as level as possible. And it's going to be a little bit tricky to get these blues horizontally. He's going to have a good setup, but he is going to be patient for what to do with those yellows and to stack on top. And there he goes. He gets it. And the next yellow he gets is going to drop down a lot of great stuff. There it goes.
Yeah, that combo took him a little bit of time though, so that's given Packy about 14 second, back down to about 14 virus deficit, and that misdrop there didn't help him at all either. Although, he made it work. Goodness. So
Uh,
again, we're looking at about 20 virus difference between these two.
As we talk, if we even talk for about 15 seconds, the whole complexion of the match changes. This is kind of outstanding. Now, Packy's got 38 viruses left to go, a lot of blue on this top line. He is going to take that drop time with all the red there in column 4, but you've just got to do as much as you can to get that blue off the board. And he had a beautiful L, got a good horizontal opportunity. There's a lot of great stuff for any blue that he gets.
Yeah, the only downside to that great opportunity is that he's got this blue pill half that just fell down. That is going to be it's going to slow him down just a little bit.
And meanwhile, Adelito out at about a 707. You always love to see in year 17 when the first pill is something that you can use. He's signaling that horizontal. Very nicely done. He does have to put a little bit of garbage there, but he's able to drop it down. Not sure what he's going to be doing with the reds that are up top. You'd love to be able to take them horizontally. He is setting up a platform for that.
Yes, Packy already exhibiting the look because he knows that Adelito is capable of pulling off incredible times. And he's the end of this 16 not working exactly the way he had hoped it would. He's got this pill half buried down there, and looks like he is going to be able to just, oh yes, makes a great plan there. Sees the double yellow. He's out of 752.
But now he's at a 30 virus deficit to Adelito, who is just running through this. He did manage to get those reds horizontally off of the top and then gets another red horizontal. Just everything very clean. That red horizontal bringing down things. I mean, this is the sign of an elite player, that they put what looks like garbage on top of things and then it falls down perfectly to clear plenty of viruses below. So that's what we're seeing from Adelito, who's just tearing through this level.
Yeah, this is definitely an elite level 17, and Adelito finding just some of the best plays here. Packy doing a great job with the limited amount of yellow that he's got access to. That is going to be, it's still going to be a rough time for him. But yeah, it's really difficult to pull this off. And Packy has now found a spot where he's got now no garbage on top of his board, but no pill halves to start really working with either. And yeah, Adelito definitely with the advantage here as he is almost done.
And he is cruising towards another hot time as well. Just a couple more seconds. He is out at a 9:18. That is tied for the 13th fastest time. So just hot times being set here left and right. And I want to point out that Adelito seems to be one of the few players who can do the tricky swim maneuver on high speed. There was an amazing tuck that he made to the far left-hand side of the board, stood it up. Very impressive.
I thought Packy was thrown in the towel there, but turns out it was just a bit of a misflip. Um, had the red blue on columns 5 and 6 there, or 4 and 5 there, that just didn't go where he wanted it to. But looks like he might be continuing here. I think that may be the plan.
Yeah, Packy is a big fan of finishing it out when you can. It does take a little bit longer, obviously, but I also don't think that he listens to commentary.
Right.
Sometimes we see him screen looking, but I think he just wants to finish this out for the pride, and he has not gotten to finals in quite some time, so he's earned his time here.
He's also just holding out for this fat log. He's over 10 minutes. He knows it's over, but looks like he's going to manufacture one just as the
There you
doc gives
go.
him what he needs. that's kind of the story of this level block for him. So 1032 out for Packy. Still GG's. And now we've got a best of three again, just like last time.
Mm-hmm. We love these deciders in our community, just as the Tetris community loves theirs. And Packy hydrating there, definitely water. But he is ready to go again, and I hope we see several more games out of this. I hope we see another decider.
Yeah, absolutely. So John Detflindo in the chat asking what Adelito's time was. I did not catch it. Was a 9:12, 9:13, something like that. You said it was tied for 13th hot time, so
Yes,
I
9:18.
9:18. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and we've got a 3-2-1 pills. Adelito says it was 9:14, so
Oh, okay, cool.
I will believe that.
Then that is the 11th hottest time.
There you go. All
Right.
right. So Packy saying, "Hey, I got setups. You're looking for setups? I got you setups right here." And he wants a double blue. There's his double blue. Beautiful setup. As Adelito still has about a 2 virus lead, but it's quickly dwindling. And Packy, we could see him go into that famous beast mode that he's got.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't know what's going to happen here.
Yeah, Adelito's setup's very blue reliant. He finally gets what he needs. He gets a very large combo down the center of the board. Now he's still got those 2 red fragments in column 6. He was just holding on to them for a long time because Adelito, for him, nothing's really garbage. So he just waits a long time to see those setups. And wow, giant combo there for Adelito. Nicely done. He's got 24 viruses, a little bit of a spire, but looking really good.
Yeah, nothing's garbage. If you own a recycling company and would like to sponsor the DrMC, contact Savage Octagon.
Yes, we are
Oh
willing to
man.
be your corporate shill for sure.
Anyway, so yeah, Packy at a really good spot. Everything's really condensed. The only thing he really doesn't have access to is blue. Past, just a little bit of this board. Looks like he is, man, I love these pills for him.
Hmm. Yes, very lucky. He would love a red yellow to take out all of that stuff in rows 1 and 2. And yeah, he's down to 5 viruses. Has turned this back around.
There
Adelito
it is.
got a lot of setups here. He finally takes that big piece of drop time there, just rips so much off of the board. 9 viruses left, but Packy's got a bunch of time to get this 15 started.
Yeah, he was a 156 out of this out of this level 14. That was a great time. We say that a lot because it is. These guys are,
It is a lot, yeah.
yeah, it happens.
So that's it. Yep.
Of course, it's a great time. So yeah, Packy looking at a bit of a red layer here. Should get through that pretty quickly, but now not a lot of access to blue, very little limited access to yellow. So we'll see kind of what the board gives him as, yeah, he needs some red to kind of get this board advancing, but I love this setup that he's got going on.
Yeah, Adelito now just needs a couple more blues and he'll be out. And of course, he's not really getting it. Finally, he gets that double blue, rarest of blues, and he's out at a 301. Packy already about 24 viruses ahead there. And though blue is actually still a little bit of an issue for him, he opens up that left-hand side with 1 blue, and he gets a really good horizontal. This double yellow would have been good for a horizontal, but it would have caused some garbage to happen eventually in column 6. So it's a smart move, and he gets it anyway.
Yep. And so far is able to use everything he's got and finally gets a yellow that he just can't do anything with. But so far, so good for Packy as he's trying to take and make this a 2-1 game on his advantage.
Hmm. Yeah, these players have really been, this whole thing tonight is just trading blows back and forth. Nobody's really gotten a run on anyone else, and that makes it very, very exciting. Adelito needs blue and yellow to take down this situation. Notice he's doing that at the top there, but he's got an elaborate setup there with the horizontal blues. He could have used it for pills or garbage clearance, so that ends up to be good. But yeah, his top line very even, but he's still about 27 viruses behind Packy. Very impressive lead on Packy's part.
Yeah, Baggy's been tearing this 15 up. Now he's just in a situation where he needs reds more than anything else. And, he would love to connect that blue in column 1 over with the blue garbage he's got in columns 3 and 4, but not going to happen. And that's all right because now he's got his horizontals. He's down to just needing 2 more reds. He's going to get them right there out of 441. And yeah, now he's into 15.
Mm-hmm. And Adelito still with 23 viruses left in 15. And columns 1 and 2, a little bit tough. You see that red overhanging, and it's got a blue underneath. So he is really going to be using that for garbage. He makes a nice clear there to open up more of row 2. And both his row 2 and row 1 have a lot of great horizontal opportunities. But I was really worried we were going to lose him for a second. But as soon as he drops that blue in row 2, a lot of row 1 possibility is going to open up, and there it goes.
Quite the combo from Adelito as he is trying to get his way back into this. Could have used that double yellow
Oh,
if
fat
he had a
log.
different setup, but gets a fat log out of it. So who are we to judge? And yeah, he's going to be out right here at a 544. So when Packy gets there, we're looking at about a 40 virus difference.
Oh, holy moly. You're not used to seeing this in a match against Adelito, and Packy's board is so great, and it's so simple. Like anyone, oh my gosh, look at that drop log. I mean, it's so simple. Anyone's going to see uh, the easiest way to get through this board, and it's awesome. You love to see that as a speed player when it's not super complicated. He's going to get a sweet tea in just a second.
Yep.
Boom.
And yeah, that's definitely been this whole board for Pack. He's got a fairly simple setup left. I think he's going to have to do everything Oh, never mind.
Yep. I was really
Never
excited for
mind.
that one. Out of the 632, this is smoking. I'm really glad that Packy's not listening to commentary right now, because we're probably going to just get higher and higher amped up, more excited. Adelito working through his level 16 needs a lot of yellow to keep going, and you see him dropping that garbage down, clearing that out horizontally. So now he's got a little more diversity, but he's still going to need a lot of yellow, especially on the extreme left and right. He can wait a little bit on the middle, but you want to get those left and right cleared out so you avoid spires.
Yeah, Packy, meanwhile, got a quad of yellows horizontally, but now he's at a very blue dependent section of his board. He is going to be able to find access to other viruses, but overall, he really wants some blue to really knock things out here.
Mm-hmm. Adelito down to 15 viruses in his level 16, and he's doing some bracket clears, which is sometimes uncharacteristic of players playing these levels at the very top. It causes a bunch of drop time, but he gets a beautiful vertical into a horizontal there at the bottom. So having that much space open at the bottom leaves you a lot of good spaces to clear your garbage. He's got the D sandwich there on row 2 with those reds. Very nicely done. He's going to cruise through the rest of this level.
Yeah, just that little bit of garbage, which isn't going to matter as he's going to be out at an 813. But again, Packy at 813 is almost 50 viruses ahead. That's a number. That's a rather high number.
That it is a number. And Adelito wasn't quite getting what he wanted initially in that level, and now he gets it there. But let's see on Packy's side, he's just working through. There's this alternating situation going on with the blue, yellow, and blue on the right hand side of the board. Not a lot of use for red. I think he'd love a red blue at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. That's kind of what he's hanging out for. It's still not going to create a combo, but it is going to clear out those blues and kind of give him something to work with. There it is. So
Mm-hmm.
that's going to have him set up for uh, doing something with the rest of his board. It's
Yeah, it's a little confusing, like
there
what
you
should
go.
happen there, but yeah, he's got a lot of good setups, especially if he drops this yellow horizontally, then
Yeah,
the
he's already
red is
setting up for it.
open. Yeah, awesome. So he just needs one more blue.
This is definitely the sort of end game you want to have with a lead, as he's out at a 923. So GG's for
Every
Pack.
every single game so far has been a hot. So a 923 is about, and I'm of course these are sort of not updating completely live, but 923 is the 15th hottest time there. So GG's Sapaki keeping this strong.
Yes, indeed. So here's our situation. It is match point to Packy, but Adelito is not unaccustomed to this situation. He has won matches 3-2 in the past. Um, he's perfectly capable of roaring back here. So the question is going to be, which one of these two is going to take this next game? Will it be a decider? Will it be Packy taking his first monthly championship in almost 2 years? Adelito says he's going to need a couple of minutes. So we're going to give him just a second to take a breather.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
yeah, Savage, this might be a great time. Speaking of it being hot in here, it might be a good time to talk about our versus regional next month.
Oh yeah, so we got a lot of hot action in August. We will tell you more about it later, but we do have an in-person versus event coming up pretty soon. It is called our Sedona Regional, and it's going to be at the Game On Expo in Phoenix, Arizona. I mean, not a great way to beat the heat to go to Phoenix in August, but we love to hear that it's a dry heat. So if you're interested in learning more about that, you can look up the Game On Expo. It is the weekend of August 12th, I believe. We've got a Tetris event there as well. Exciting to be with them. And yeah, please join our Discord and check out the channel 2023 DrMC Sedona Regional.
And we did have a question in chat about whether the t-shirt submissions are finished yet. I believe we are hanging out until just the end of this match.
Uh,
Um,
I will take them until midnight. Actually, if I wake up and there's new t-shirt designs, that's totally okay. I've actually been rounding up people who have told me they had designs and making sure those get submitted. We've got a lot of great ones, but we want to see everybody's ideas represented and give you the best quality t-shirts. So please just send them in. I'm going to assemble them and send them out to our committee pretty soon. But yeah, definitely get those in.
and a reminder that Savage is on the East Coast, and while school's not in session, I think she still manages to get up early. So keep that in mind when she says, "When I get up early." Oh, me.
Hmm.
All
Yep.
right, so taking a breather as these two. I mean, this has been everything we've asked for. This whole day has been everything we've asked for, Savage.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we're seeing hot times left and right. We're seeing all deciders. We're getting as much Dr. Mario as we possibly can. And yeah, I mean, how long have we been going now? We've been going for about 2.5 hours, and I think we had at least 6 matches done in that time yesterday. So, that's kind of how quickly those level blocks were going. But wow, this is outstanding.
Yeah, this is definitely why we do the semis and the finals and only 3 matches going on Sunday.
Hmm.
Oh man.
And we used to have these level blocks be a level longer. We used to go levels 13 through 17 and 10 through 14, and that was a slog.
Yes, indeed. All right. And looks like we've got our ready from Adelito. So we've got a ready from Packy. These two ready to just sling some more pills. And that's what we're putting down. 3, 2, 1, and pills.
All right, ready to go. This could be Packy's win, or Adelito could force a decider. What do we want to happen, chat? I think I have a hunch I know what we want.
Yeah. So A lot of great plays for Adelito starting this board off. He's got combo opportunities just out the wazoo, and looks like he's going to go ahead and trigger one of them. Man, oh
Mhm.
man, doesn't know the meaning of the word garbage, except for that little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it was tricky at the beginning of the board. There was a lot of blue on there, and he wasn't able to set up the blue horizontally with the exact right pills that he wanted. There he gets a blue horizontal, but man, he's chopping this down. He's got 33 viruses to Packy's 40, but Packy's got a good setup there. If he can get some blue for the center of the board, particularly blue-red, we'd love to see that combo go off in both directions, and I think almost on cue. He got one of them. Let's see if he can get another one. A blue yellow would work too. Oh, he
Yeah,
clears off all of
unfortunately,
that.
that took everything down. He would have really loved to drop that yellow down onto column three. But yeah, in the end, everything's working out for Pack. And he has brought the deficit down to pretty much a dead heat again.
Hmm. Yeah, and Adelito is going to have a lot of blue to deal with on the bottom of this board. Luckily, there's a lot of great shapes he can take advantage of. Particularly, like I wonder if he's going to try to build those yellows horizontally there in row 4. We'll see. Speaking of horizontal, Packy has a nice drop into a red horizontal there.
Yeah, I think Packy's got a bit of an advantage, even though he's behind on the pills, or on the viruses, I should say, just because he's got access to all three colors still. And Adelito is looking at just blues. And with unless I'm missing something, well, no, he's going to be able to find a way through this because yeah,
Hmm.
there he goes. He's got a horizontal setup. But much easier road for Packy as Adelito out of 213, Packy out of 211. So Packy with a slight edge going into level 15.
Hmm. Very exciting here. Uh, Adelito dealing with getting a bunch of blue pills, not really needing them exactly, but now he gets a very long horizontal there. 55 viruses left to go. Packy's got a good start. He's going to need a lot of yellow, but luckily, all that yellow there is locked up in doubles in the center of that board. Very nice for him as soon as he gets the yellow going.
Yeah, these doubles are just, they making all of the speed players just salivate a little bit because
Hmm.
there's so much happening. Not really good for versus players, come to think of it, but um, yeah, this is ideal for Packy. As Adelito is about 11 viruses behind, he's looking at a really good clip here. I love the combos that he's putting together. Now he's gonna be needing a double
Oh, and
blue.
he gets it? Are
Of
you?
course he
Of
does.
course he does. And he wasn't even being patient for that long. That was a
It just
gift.
happened. Yep.
Right, whatever. Um, so Packy making some nice setups. Wow, he's got a great setup for a T in the center of the board that drops some good stuff down. Very nicely done. He's going to keep
Ooh.
that. I would keep the bottom of that board open to try and score some horizontals there with that blue. He's got a nice horizontal dropping down here. And he's 12 viruses to Adelito's 18.
Yeah, and Adelito had a bit of a misdrop on his columns 3 and 4. That's going to cost him a bit of time. He would have wanted to. Uh, it was a good setup. I saw where he was trying to put it, and I think it just it got in his way. But regardless, he's going to be able to put all this together without any real problems because he's got horizontal setups for everything ready to go. Uh, it's going to be a bit of time though, and Packy's going to be with his simpler setup. I think Packy's never mind.
Oh
429
no,
for Adelito.
but Packy's got a little bit of time. No, he's going to be just behind because his timer was off. Wow, look at that RNG giving him a lot of blue. But yeah, he's out at a 435, so still extremely close. Nothing like that runaway that we saw last game. So it's going to be tight and exciting.
Yeah, this has been crazy. These two are finding situations, finding ways to put pills together that we just weren't expecting. I say we, it's mostly been me. I'm the one putting my foot in my mouth here. But it's this is what it's like to be a commentator for this for this competition. We never have a clue what's going on, and that's half the
Mhm.
fun.
Yeah, and as soon as you start talking, something changes. A beautiful L there for Packy through the center of the board. Two color L always looks very good. He's gonna
Oh,
take a little bit of drop time in columns 1 and 2. Did you see something cool from Adelito Sayu?
just a nice drop combo. I thought it was going to be a little bit bigger than it ended up being, but it was just so perfect. You know, it's one of those you just makes you go, "Ooh." Yeah, a lot of fun to
Adelito's
watch.
gonna have to deal with some drop time on this column 7 and 8, I believe. Hacky, luckily, getting all the red yellow that he needs to clear the board of everything that was on there. Doesn't need yellow anymore. Opens up a little bit. Very nice for him. But basically, as soon as he opens up yellow, he's going to be able to get it and close it up again. Um, so there you go. But nice horizontal, opening up more of that yellow. He's keeping this board moving despite the lack of diversity.
Yeah, it's things are definitely working well for Adelito. I yeah, I think I know what he's wanting to do, but it's just kind of slowly getting there. Uh, Interesting. I'm not sure if he would have considered stacking a couple of yellows on top of his column one. That would have prevented him having to do what he's doing right now, which is find a yellow combination. But all in all, worked out for him. He's had a really solid 16. He's out at a 651.
Hmm. And Pacquiao really close. He's not happy about things right now, but he's only 3 seconds behind. He's out at a 654, so this is still extremely close going into 17, and anything could happen, especially at the top of this board, um, where RNG is such a huge factor. Oh, stacked up so
Playing
high.
high. He's playing
Oh.
so high. Oh my gosh. All right. So yeah, that's normally you would see a player trying to dig that over onto the left-hand side, but Adelito playing on high really didn't have the ability to do that. I'm sure he could, in the right situation, have tapped it over, but smartly choosing not to do that. But ooh, that was a really kind of heart. It stopped you hard.
And I'm wondering what's going to go on for Adelito here on the right hand side of the board. I think he's signaling that he wants to do a horizontal. It's a little bit difficult because of what's going on underneath those blues up top, but he is just clearing all kinds of good stuff around the situation. So he again has time for that patience. But Packy just a little bit ahead now, actually 35 to 36, and that time advantage for him. So he's doing a good job tucking in this double red in column one. Really does a good job taking out a lot with no drop time.
Yeah. Ooh, that's high up for Adelito. I hope he can
Mm.
get over. I'm not sure he can.
I would just wait for another uh, red blue and hope that the spin
Oh,
speeds
he
things
got it.
up. But no, he got it. Anything with blue would have worked actually in retrospect. Double yellow, excellent for him. He's got 21 viruses to pack. He's 25.
Yeah, this is a very tight matchup. Packy gonna get a quad here. That's gonna help bring things down. I think we may be looking to the tape by the end of this because man, oh man, this one is really tight. Packy looking ahead, seeing that he's gonna need yellow horizontal and gonna need it pretty quickly here. He's got everything set up for that. And man, these pills. Wow, Packy getting what he needs. But it's going to be Adelito out at a 920. And Packy, I don't think is going to have it. He
No.
is not going to be out in time. So we are looking for a decider coming up right here for
And
this entire tournament.
and hey, Ook, do you know what 920 is?
A number.
Yeah, it's a hot time.
Of course it is.
Yay!
939 for Packy. I was very confused there for a moment. Yeah, so 19 seconds difference there, but this one's going to be for all the marbles because of
Yeah.
course it is.
Yeah, I mean, that's just what we're gonna get. I mean, I do think that a lot of people are really cheering for Packy right now, not only making his first finals in a while, but really taking it to these finals hard. That would be very, very exciting. But of course, seeing the run of such a dominant player as Adelito, fantastic.
Yeah. Adelito again, he's on a, was it 12, 16, 19 game win streak, I think, or
And we
19
have
match. Yeah.
our 3, 2, 1 decider.
Decider. And a great start for Adelito. This is exactly what he wants. He's got, he's got his plans working out. Although right now, yep, I
Mm.
think I see the plan that he's working on. Yep. So
Oh, nice
he's getting
yellow
everything
there.
set up.
Oh, when he gets the double blue to just have everything fall down perfectly. Very nicely done for
Oh,
Adelito.
but a missed
Although,
drop on
ooh,
2-3.
yep. And Taki dealing with a similar kind of blue heavy situation there. So he's using red to make a bracket clear there in columns 5 and 6. So we'll see, but I would just really like him to get all the blue he needs and clear this garbage.
Yeah, it's a lot of garbage on his board, but like you said, as you say that, he's down to just a little bit of it left. Um, just trying to figure out, hey, what can I do to limit the damage this is going to do? And I'd say that was a very efficient way to do that, Savage.
hmm Adelito, speaking of efficiency, going there, he's got about a 12 virus lead there on Packy. He's got a couple of interesting setups he could do. Clearing out this yellow and then dropping the red is going to make lots of great horizontal opportunities there. So he takes it. Excellent. Now he has blocked off those blues in row 2, which is going to eliminate possible horizontal. But then, of course, as I say that, he's cleaned them up. Packy going to deal with a lot of red. I'd love to see a double red for him for that situation on the left-hand side, Ook.
Yeah, that drop down that he just made is going to be helpful in the end. It's going to take a little bit of time, but yeah, a double red blitz right now would probably be the most ideal thing he could get.
Mm-hmm.
So on,
Adelito working on that bottom of that board. He's going to be taking those reds out horizontally. Just needs 2 more reds and he'll get it, but he's getting the same kind of issue. And wow, he's playing up high again at the top of this 14, clearing out, and he's out at a 218.
yeah, good time. Not what he wants, but hey, when do we ever get what we want in this game? So yeah, Packy bailed out just a little bit here. He's going to be able to get this red in the bottom of his board knocked out, but yeah, that's a plan. That's a plan right there.
I saw that that garbage was going to fall perfectly, and I was thinking, is Ook going to see that? Um, and Adelito gets a nice horizontal blue. From the untrained eye, it looks like that could have been some garbage, but he did manage to make it work perfectly. But takes some drop time down the right-hand side of the board. He's at about 10 virus lead over Packy right now.
Yeah, they were about 20 seconds apart coming into this level. I would say Packy has definitely. Oh, there's what he was intending to do with that pill.
Ooh.
As he's just working everything down. So now he's got a little bit of garbage to deal with. Not a ton, but enough to make him go ugh. But it's all going to work out.
Mm.
As yeah, he's keeping it within 8.
Mm-hmm. And for Adelito, he just needs a ton of blue and yellow to keep this board going. Very little use for red. As Swang loves to say, he's going to be using it for strategic garbage, especially in the center of that board. You see column 4, the red going to be used for other combos to drop down. Now he's using the yellow to do that with the red. And that's going to give Packy a little bit of time to get this board going. He's going to be spired in column 1, which is a little bit tough. The double red would have been perfect to use there, but often the next box just goes so quickly that, you already have your plan and your DAS going by the time you see that and you can't react.
Yeah, and it ended up working out for him
Mm-hmm.
as everything is actually getting laid out perfectly for Packy. He'd love to get his way down into like to set this blue up and then okay, he's just gonna go ahead and take things down this way. I thought maybe he was looking for a sweet tea at the bottom of his board. Instead, he's gonna get a really long combo and yeah, keep things again very close between him and Adelito.
Mhm. Adelito's got 6 viruses left and not a lot of options, for his board. He's gonna be building up those blues and de-sandwiching them to get that red in column 8. Very nicely done. Lots of opportunities to clear those, but, he did the most efficient one. He's out at a 401. Tacky not too far behind, just needs some reds. Just needs
In
2.
fact, he's only gonna be 3 seconds behind now. So Packy picked up 1 second in that level 15. And so, yeah, our deficit is even lower now as apparently my wife gets home because that's the sound my dog makes when the wife gets home.
Man, animals love Dr. Mario, don't they?
They really do.
So let's see, Adelito 55 to Packy 60, managing to take a bunch of quick horizontals off the board. He's going to need a bunch of blue red help and nice yellow horizontal, although he's closed up almost all of his natural use for yellow, but uses it for a great red horizontal.
Yeah, Packy's managed to again keep things close. It's still about an 11 virus difference though, and that with the RNG that Adelito's getting and just how well he is playing this board, Packy in a little bit of trouble here as he's put some garbage down, not sure kind of where everything was planning to go. He is going to be able to knock it out pretty quickly, but again, already taking a little bit of a screen look um,
Hmm.
just to kind of see where Adelito is and how much more he's going to have to put the pedal to the metal here.
Adelito had a really nice sweet tea just now. Um, his column 1 is a little bit tricky. He's going to be looking to try to clear that with as little drop time as possible. Notice he's signaling for the blues horizontally in the center of the board. He gets them, which makes an amazing yellow cross in the center of the board. Very efficient. So he's going to be very patient, waiting to clear out that left-hand side. He gets the double blue for it, of course, and a drop into the horizontals for those yellows. So he's just speeding through this end game ook.
Yeah, and we're seeing the same thing from Packy, who is oh, he wants a double yellow and he wants it now. Actually, he's going to be able to manufacture this, no
Mm-hmm.
problem at all. And he's just 3 reds away from finishing this out. Adelito out about a 719, 720, and Packy out about the same time.
Woo!
Uh, we're here again. It is 2 players, 1 level for all the marbles, and this time it is for the monthly. So strap in, folks. This one is gonna be hot as
Mm-hmm.
wow, there's a lot going on these boards. Packy with a good combo to set things up to start this level.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
And Adelito with a good start as well. He was almost to the only place that he could put pills. So if he had a misflip, it would have been an utter disaster. But he's got things under control. He's trying to build towards possibly a double horizontal here, and the double blue bailing him out. Just rips so much off of that board. That was a thing that just happened.
Yeah, so 5 hours lead right now for Adelito, although Packy again with a bit of the timer advantage, and he is maintaining as close as he can, but the doctor's going to have to give him some yellows for this to move forward. His board, he gets what he needs. This board is going to need quite a bit of yellow to advance. But man, the opportunity's down there for a quad. Looks like he's going to have to be taking them out as 2 separate doubles, though. I think that's the plan. We'll just have to wait and see what he's got. Meanwhile, Adelito with a great lightning bolt, and he is deep into this board. He might be taking it right here.
Hmm. And wow, a drop
Wow.
into taking that horizontal, and he set up for a fat log with all those blues at the bottom. He was so patient in looking for that lightning bolt that you were talking about. It was just very impressive. And oh, he loses that fat log opportunity, but it's hiding there, I believe, somewhere. He's just going to take a little while to drop it.
Could have manufactured it. Ends up doing
Oh.
that. Of course he did. Out at a
Hmm.
927. So with that, Adelito makes his fifth tournament championship this year. GG's to him. GG's to Packy, who really put together a heck of a match tonight. That was as good a play as we have seen from him all year. And welcome back to the finals, buddy.
Hmm. Yeah, very exciting. And showing that you know, he hasn't been here in a while, but that doesn't mean that he's rusty at these levels or that he can't make it work. And he's
Check
got a
out this
beautiful
combo.
setup. When he gets that yellow,
There it is.
there it is. What up?
Oh, man. You know what? You can't feel bad when you throw it down on a combo like that, even in a loss. So,
Yeah.
again, GG to both these players.
Yes, so much awesome swag from both players. So just an outstanding tournament end. And we are rapidly heading towards our year-end championships. And of course, we're going to see both of these players, Adelito and Packy, in our top slots. We're very close to that. And if you are a new player and you would like to join us and be eligible for that year-end standings, there are only 3 regular tournaments left in the season, and you need to be in all 3 of them in order to be considered for our year-end December tournament. So if you're interested in learning how to do that, our dear DrMC bot just put the Discord link in the chat, so learn all about it. Duke, do you want to plug our in-person live event again?
Yeah, if we can get the slide up, we will be at Sedona, Arizona, where we were last year for our first ever regional tournament. It will be coming up next month. I don't have the dates off the top of my head. Is the 27th?
I think it's the 12th.
The 12th. See, like it's why I said I don't have the dates in my head. So that'll be our last regional tournament for this year over at the Game On Expo before the live versus finals at Columbus at the Touring Expo in November. Also, want to be sure to mention we've got our silver bracket coming up next week. That one is going to be a blast as well.
Hmm. It is one of the largest silver brackets we've ever had. We have some great new players bring in some exciting new things for us. So we're really so happy to have these players in, and the commentary often focuses a lot on things that you can learn when you're a newer player. So we love to have that, and it's at the same time next Saturday, so 2 Pacific, 5 Eastern. Also got to plug that t-shirt competition. Again, announcements. There's a pin post and announcements in our Discord. And again, if I wake up and there's some new t-shirts, that'll be fantastic. And finally, last but not least, looking out for this in August. This is entirely self-serving, but the Dr. Mario Shuffler has made it into Flame Fatales, which is one of the mainline GDQ events. So that'll be on August 15th. Very excited to do that. And none other than the Queen of Combos, Betty B, is going to be calling that for me. So very excited to have that. So, Ook, any last thoughts? Anyone you need to thank for this tournament?
A big thank you to everybody who rated us in this one, especially our friends over at Classic Tetris Monthly. We really appreciate you guys bringing a big rate over here. Thank you to everybody who dropped a subscription or a follow while we were streaming. Big thank you to all of our competitors, all of our commentators, and especially our excellent restreamer, The Dave.
Yes, so many thank yous. And of course, thank you to all of you for watching. And until we see you next time, take your vitamins.